Who am I? I'm Spider.
It's royalty free.
That's cool. I like it. All we need is like some kind of splash image on there. Fade in.
Nah, it makes it look seedy.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the sandwich.
How long has it been?
Well,
A
from
year?
our last video, let's see here. Look this up real quick. It's been way longer than a year.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, we've been busy.
It's been a while. Well, while you're doing that, I'll just introduce. I got a John to the right of me and a John to the left of me, and right in the middle is I'm Eric.
He
Welcome.
forms the meat of the sandwich.
Yes, welcome back to the sandwich.
It's not a gay joke.
We don't do those here. Too classy.
Are we?
None of that here.
Me too.
So what's everyone been doing in this nice year-long break?
Just kind of hanging out. Like we're here in the Pacific Northwest, so we just got done with a bunch of snow. So we've kind of been homebound, riding around on sleds, watching a lot of programming. So I'm pretty caught up on a lot of the media out there, I guess.
I realized four-wheel drive doesn't mean shit unless you have chunky tires and
For real.
like a high chassis. Because I have a Subaru and it didn't help me at all. I was slipping and sliding and the snow was taking me wherever it wanted to.
I
So
imagine
just
the Jeep
didn't
handled
even-
pretty well.
It didn't handle bad, man. But the thing is I do have four-wheel drive, but I do not have four-wheel stop. So, but I mean, sometimes the chunky tires could actually, make it worse because like you have so much more surface to like grab onto and stuff. Sometimes
Yeah.
you want the little skinnier tires.
We're on hills over at our house, so like they don't plow out here or anything. So we were pretty much like stuck for a little over a week, unable to drive anywhere.
Oh yeah, it was terrible, man. When I was driving to work, some of the snow had melted, so we had like regular like 8 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And then there was like potholes that were 8 inches deep. So trying to navigate that, I was
Dang.
like bumpy as shit, man.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It
Though.
was terrible. Well, yeah, it was nice. I had a couple days off of work, so
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I unfortunately can work from home, so I had to,
same
still
here.
work.
that's not fun. Yeah.
There's no excuse for me. If my power goes out, maybe.
Yeah, our power went out once. Pretty awesome.
Did it?
Was
Yeah.
it during work hours?
Yep, it's during work hours, so I got
Hell yeah.
a little bit of time off until he did, and we had to end up freaking strapping on some snow boots, and we headed to Safeway. So I had to do a walk there with a backpack to get some supplies. And our power was out, so I went and bought charcoal so I could grill because we went to. So here's a funny thing.
This is a funny.
Yeah. So like, I think it was the night before it started snowing. We had to go out and like, get a bunch of supplies. We heard, we're gonna get pretty much buried. So we went to Costco and it was like super crowded. And I don't know I saw this all over the internet too. For some reason, all the bread everywhere was gone. So like, we went to, I think it's Safeway, Costco. Like nobody had bread anywhere for some reason. I'm like, what? Like, what's the deal with the bread? Do I not know
That's
something?
the first
about
thing
the
to
bread?
go in the Armageddon.
Well, yeah, I went to
Armageddon
our
hates its
Albertsons and
bread.
there was no bananas either.
Really?
It's like
bananas and bread.
bananas and bread,
People fucking making banana bread.
or some Elvis Presley sandwiches.
And
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it until our power went out because we bought all this food, but we have like an electric stove and stuff, so we had no way to cook anything. So I had to go to Safeway and get charcoal so we could grill. Luckily, the power came back on. Crisis averted. We were able to have dinner, and and I'm here with you guys now.
Hell yeah.
It was pretty,
Better person for it.
Yeah, it was a crazy time because people don't know how to drive in the
No.
snow in Seattle, and it is.
I don't even know how to drive in the rain. Any kind of
Oh yeah.
element.
Well, there's so much transplants here now.
Yeah,
To where
that's true.
you would think like some of these transplants be like, oh, I come from a part of the country that snows a lot.
Yeah.
I know how to drive in it. They don't. You know, I'm a transplant. I come from a place that snows all the time. Well, I know how to drive in the snow though.
Yeah.
But you know,
Emily's a transplant. She knows how to drive in the snow. My girlfriend. But we were just like, I don't know. We tried to attempt to leave the house, and like she's got a 4-wheel drive, and we're just like fucking skidding everywhere. It's crazy, scary.
yeah, it was fun though. It was fun.
Yeah.
While it lasted.
Got some good sledding in.
Yep.
Saw some movies on Amazon.
Which ones?
Let's see. God, so many.
Saw Annihilation. Some
Yeah.
good.
Did you like
Cosmic.
it?
It was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was alright.
I like the music. It's like Inception, just deep bass constantly. And
That's the one with
it's just
Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah,
Yes, I did see that.
I didn't see that one.
creeps me out. And the ending's super abstract. You remember the ending? The alien, like.
Oh yeah, it was like mimicking her.
Mimicking her. And when she first sees the alien, it's like this visualized fractal shape that's just endless. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with the fractal tree. It's supposed to be like this shape that has infinite like volume or something, just by the way it's constructed. It technically has infinite volume, and they like visualize that in CG, and she's like looking at it. You can
Interesting.
see it in like a three-dimensional space, which you've never really been able to do
That's right.
unless
Oh,
you're
that's
like a
pretty cool.
scientist that created a program to do that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I've been pretty bad about my movie watching these days.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been mostly just watching like TV shows, like easy something to watch, pass the time, go to bed type thing. Like, haven't been too serious into my movie watching.
I'm gonna try to get into that new Star Trek series. I got the CBS All Access or whatever, just so I can watch the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because apparently they don't carry. I forget what channel it was on, but apparently they don't carry that on my Frontier service for some reason. So I had to order the streaming service so I could watch the game. Weird.
yeah. Isn't it weird that like some cable services don't carry local channels?
And then I was gonna cancel it, but then they offered me 2 free months. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll take it. Like, 2 free months to stay on. So I'm gonna next time we do this, I'll have some kind of opinion on the new Star Trek series.
Yeah,
for you guys.
I am. You know, I've been told I need to watch it because it's good, and the second season is really Trekky.
Mhm.
But I hate that they're putting Star Trek underneath a paywall,
yeah,
and it drives me nuts. They tried it with Star Trek Voyager, with UPN Network. And it's like, why? It's such a popular series. Put it on regular cable.
it's kind of
and
weird.
people will watch it. You know,
Yeah.
why do you have to like put it on a paywall? It's so stupid.
Plus, like, there's really no other reason to have that service. Really, I don't know. I've never even watched
Yeah, what else is
CBS
on there?
before.
I think the Big Bang Theory is probably on there.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
might get a little bit of that and some reality TV shows. But other than that,
It's
like,
not running like 24 hours a day on the channel.
Yeah, you know, I don't. But I have watched The Orville,
I heard that's really good.
dude. It's great.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
but
like the most Trekky thing I've ever watched, aside from watching Trek.
that's what I hear.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's like almost everything you want Star Trek to be. If you wanted it to be a little more lighthearted and not so serious,
Yeah,
you know, it's that. But it definitely sticks with like the serious issues that Star Trek usually does.
Mhm.
But they just tone it down a little bit and maybe give it a little bit of humor instead of so blunt, you know. Which
That's
is, I
cool.
think Seth MacFarlane does a great job with it. It's awesome. I love it.
yeah. I mean, I've been meaning to give that one a shot. Looks pretty good.
I think your Frontier service might carry Fox. So
I
you
think
might
so.
be
I
good.
believe it does. I believe it does. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of true crime things too. So like, let's see, they have like the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Amazon released a good Lorena Bobbitt. Yeah, like
Lorena
a 4-part series. She's the lady that cut off her husband's penis.
How graphic is
Ah.
that?
Yeah, it's actually pretty graphic. They show the severed penis, like a picture of it.
They
show it there.
absolutely should. If you're basing a whole show about a severed penis,
Yes.
there better be a severed penis on screen.
And whatever, if you haven't seen it yet, whatever you're picturing in your head, that's probably what it looks like. Yeah.
Just this.
That's
dick on the
It's
ground.
a dick on the ground.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
watched Mindhunter, which has been out for a while already.
I've
I finished the
seen, I think, 3
season.
episodes of it. I really like it.
I thought it was good.
I couldn't get my
It's like-
girlfriend into it, so we stopped watching it. But
What really?
yeah,
I
I
thought
want to finish it.
It is pretty bad from a female standpoint because all the crimes revolve around he killed a bunch of women.
Yeah.
This guy killed 12 women. This guy killed 6 women. This guy killed several women. It's like all woman violence.
Mm.
And I can see why that would make you uncomfortable. But the show's about real murderers, and that's what they actually did. Like,
Yeah.
they have the co-ed killer on there, and he's dramatized. I don't know,
It's kind of like
by
about
an actor.
Yeah, the first time they classified serial killers, I guess, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
and
pretty
like
sure it is.
high intelligence versus low intelligence and stuff like that. It
That
just
one
takes you
serial
through.
killer that they talked to in the prison, he's pretty good in it.
Yeah, the super tall guy.
Yeah.
I think that is the co-ed killer.
Ah.
Edmund. Ed something. Ed
Edmund
Kemper.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Ed Kemper. He's like 6'5", 300 pounds. Killed a bunch of women.
Yeah.
Killed his mother afterwards. Severed her head, and had sex with her head.
Yes.
And that is absolutely true.
But other than all that, he's like a real charming guy and stuff.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure he is.
the way they portray him.
He gets a lot of what he wants in the prison because he's so buddy-buddy with the guards and the way he talks to them. And if you look him up on his Wikipedia page, you'll see that he did actually have an IQ above 140 and was super likable by most people because he just knew how to push the right buttons on you and really get close to you.
Yeah. He's a good guy. All
Yeah.
things
Creepy.
considered.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, like, most serial
Still
killers
alive, too.
are like very, very smart, like super high
Yeah.
IQ and everything. Which, you know, it's not, you know, on movies you see serial killers and they're usually like dumb redneck hillbilly type people. Most like really, you know, prolific serial killers are very fucking smart.
No.
Yeah, especially ones that premeditate.
I had to close down the recording. It was bogging down the computer. So
Oh, it's cool.
Which recording?
the non-video one.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Oh, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
So maybe our frame rate will go back up here in a second. So, but yeah,
Let's see what else. God. Yeah, I mean, we have a whole year's worth of stuff to talk about. I don't know. I saw Stars Born. I thought it was
Born.
I thought it was okay.
yeah, that's I haven't seen it yet. See, I'm bad because I usually wait till it comes out on like Netflix or Amazon before I watch anything. I haven't been to the theater since Avengers: Infinity War.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So
What'd you guys think of Infinity War? I know you saw it.
Yeah, I
At
love
my
it.
house, I think. Right? And did you guys go home and finish it?
Yeah, we saw the first half at your place, and I think I went and watched it on Netflix, and then I watched it with Vanessa because I sat her down and forced her to watch it because she just didn't want to sit through the 2 hours and
Oh, it's a beast. It's a
40
long one.
minutes
Yeah.
yeah,
of movie.
Oh,
But that movie's amazing.
Yeah, it goes by really quick.
Yeah,
does.
there's not a dull moment besides maybe Vision and Scarlet Witch. Like, I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
Like, they were the worst part, but even that wasn't that bad.
No, I thought the movie was great, man.
Yeah.
I love like the
Thumbs up.
you
to
know
Avengers.
sometimes you almost kind of sympathize with what Thanos is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, you know, like he is like trying to save the universe right
Yeah.
now, you know, and
Got reasons.
you know, yeah. I mean, there is only so many resources. I mean, well, technically, I guess the universe is infinite, so technically there should be infinite resources.
Yeah, you would think.
But you know, I guess in that logic, he is trying to save the universe from
Somebody
himself.
made
you know?
somebody made the argument too. If he has like this all powerful gauntlet, why not just make more resources?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's
double
true.
the resources
Yeah.
in the universe. Or he
But
has the Mind Stone. Like, couldn't he make up some convoluted plan since he has the Mind Stone
it's true.
that would economically save the universe?
Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be good TV though.
No, I mean you need a story. So.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Like freaking the CGI on him is amazing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't think there's any going back after that. Like you can't really half-ass. Like I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for Aladdin, and they have like that little cut of Will Smith as the genie.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks horrible. It looks
Yeah.
like The Rock and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
The
Mummy
Scorpion
Returns.
King.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was
Oh,
like,
man.
oh, we're spending too much money on the Avengers, so we're gonna have to
Yeah.
dial back your blueness
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna cut
A lot of
cut your budget.
a lot of people complain about the final scene in Black Panther. Maybe not the final scene, but when he's fighting the other Black Panther.
Mhm.
A lot of people complain about how that looks. That it actually does look like they really ran out of budget, and that whole fight scene ended up being way more expensive or difficult to light or something. Because the whole movie's great. Like his suit is CGI, and you can't really tell. But when he's fighting Warmonger, it looks awful. It looks
Yeah.
like
I gotta
a
give that.
cutscene of Tekken,
Yeah,
like
it's
4
fun.
or something.
Yeah, you could tell when like they're like, oh, let's just cheap out a little bit on this monster or something like. There's a couple of spots in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that are like, that's a little.
Yeah.
iffy.
Pretty
Yeah.
much all of Justice League looks like a video game cutscene.
Yeah.
You know what I think is the absolute best animation ever came out, I think last year, 2018.
Yeah.
Was The Last Jedi. Like it had its faults, but animation and cinematography was not one of them.
I gotta give that
They
movie
had-
another go. I've only seen it once, but I remember it looked pretty good.
Yeah, animators cut corners a lot by making the scene dark or like gritty or stylized or whatever. But in The Last Jedi, they were like, nah, just fully lit, fully HD, perfect lighting on the Star Destroyers, like in the sky and stuff. I was just amazed. But then, the story.
Then the story came in.
That's how I feel
there.
about video games now. You play video games 5 years ago, and everything was dark and gray, and now there's like so many colors.
Yeah.
You can see so far in the distance. It's nuts. You don't have that fog anymore covering everything up. you
Yeah,
know?
or like they always choose some kind of workaround so we
Yeah.
don't have to animate it fully.
Yeah.
And a movie that does well with that because they started out with such little budget was the first Godzilla. You remember how it was a good movie, I
Oh, yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And they saved a lot of money by not showing Godzilla, but they didn't show Godzilla in the best way.
Yeah.
Like they just
Yeah.
showed that giant foot
Mm-hmm.
like stomping
Yeah.
and they're just like looking at it from a window and they can only see like a bit of the monster and you see him behind smoke. Like that's a good use of like
Yeah,
the
for sure.
little workaround, but
We're talking about the 1990 Matthew Broderick Godzilla, right?
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
perfect.
That
Well,
was
speaking of like
with
Godzilla,
the
and stuff, like,
Velociraptors.
Skull Island, that movie was amazing.
Yeah.
That one had really good animation
Yeah.
too.
Actually bought that one on Amazon. It's really good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's great.
Wasn't that supposed to try and kick off?
Yeah, the Monsterverse is happening.
Monsterverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be a
I think,
King Kong versus Godzilla coming.
Hell yeah.
There's another Godzilla coming, right?
Yeah,
What's
and
that?
it, and it ties
It's
in
gonna
with
have
the
Mothra
Monsterverse. Yeah.
and what's the 3-headed dragon called? He's a classic. Everybody loves him.
I forget.
I
Yeah.
don't know where my phone
Gigantor.
Yeah, but like they're all connected in that Monsterverse, which
Yeah.
is pretty neat.
It's gonna be tight.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
So since you had to,
2019.
So since you had to pretty much get a service for the Super Bowl, and you had to pay CBS,
Yeah.
what did you think of the Super Bowl?
That was the most boring fucking game I've ever watched in my life. I mean, obviously I had a stake in it because it was like like in our house too, because Emily was like a Patriots person, and then
King
he got
Ghidorah.
my home, the Rams and stuff. But I don't know. It was just yay, Patriots have another championship.
I
And
hate the
Well, after a while, man, it was just so boring. You're like, well, I guess we'll drink another beer.
yeah, it's,
Yeah. And then the next day it snowed, so I had a snow day. So I was like, damn, hell yeah,
that's
you know.
That Super Bowl couldn't help but make me feel like a little bit of the NFL is rigged because how can like a new team that just moved across the country to a new city, like I feel like that would put a damper on practice or something like that, but they just go in and get to the Super Bowl, almost win. I feel like that was amazing perhaps could have been advertisement for the team so they can tell that Los Angelites
Mm-hmm.
fucking buy stuff here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. This I don't know. It's
It
just
wasn't
a
worth
weird.
it. It wasn't worth the
No.
CBS paying for the extra CBS service for sure.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I
You had to
didn't
pay
pay
for
for it,
that
so
one.
it was free, so I was good.
That's good. That's good.
I watched the highlights and there were none really. Like the
Yeah.
one touchdown.
Yeah,
I put like so much work into it because I was like, well, because I have the kids and stuff. I never leave the house anymore, so like all I do is just kind of hang out and dad it up, and then watch movies after everybody goes to bed. It's pretty much my life nowadays. But yeah, so I went and tried to find the Super Bowl. I wasn't seeing it anywhere on any of the channels. Like I'm googling it, trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I got FiOS. Apparently, there's some kind of contract deal and stuff where they're not allowed to carry. I guess they don't carry CBS at all. Is what the thing
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, sometimes like it happened with like one of the channels, but they were able to get the everything going and like start broadcasting again.
Yeah.
Before like, so I remember I had FiOS, and they always had that problem of like, oh, soon we're gonna stop carrying this channel because they probably want too much money for us to broadcast or some stupid,
Yeah, it's dumb.
I mean, I love their internet, but I hated their cable service.
We need to like figure out too. Like here, I got a gripe for you and stuff. We got too many goddamn streaming services out. Like how are we supposed to keep up now with this whole CBS thing? What AMC has their own, so now I can't get my Walking Dead on.
Yeah, well, Disney's gonna start their own
Disney's
too.
gonna start their own.
Yeah.
I'll probably get that one.
Yeah, because that one's
Yeah.
gonna include Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
Well, everyone wants a piece of the pie, man, and Netflix and I mean Amazon's okay.
We're
Now,
turning back into channels, and then
Yeah.
sooner or later,
just everything's all a carte now.
2025, it's gonna be an aggregator, and it's gonna be by DirecTV, and it's just gonna be DirecTV again.
Yeah, everything is
Netflix channel.
You're just getting your a la
Hulu
carte
channel.
service now. You're just picking the channels you
Yeah,
want.
right. Like I get
Yeah.
because like it's pretty much you're paying for the Prime service, right? So you order stuff on Amazon, you get it like within 2 days, and then they throw in the streaming service for you. So I think that the way that works, I mean, that's perfect. I don't know if I would pay for it if it wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't included in the whole Prime service.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't pay for it. I
Yeah.
hardly ever use it.
Yeah.
It's so
Um,
expensive too. Can
no.
you just get the video service, or do you have to get the whole Prime service?
You gotta get the whole Prime service.
You
I
gotta
think,
shell out $100.
yeah. You either pay monthly or I think I pay monthly. I don't know. I'll check that out.
Yeah, I just do the one time a year. Oh, I thought about canceling my Amazon service just because.
Yeah,
I mean, I use it, but half the stuff on there is not even Prime eligible. So you're like,
Yeah,
shit.
that's
you know?
true.
Yeah, like log into Stars, log into HBO. It's like
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here to watch things, and you're just dangling things in
Yeah.
front of me. I
And then,
hate
like,
that too.
Their music, like I have their music app, but you have to pay an extra $10 to have it like streaming on 2 services. And if you don't buy the premium music app, half the music on there you can't even listen to.
Lame.
It's like, why? You know?
Yeah.
How else do you become super profitable like they do?
I don't think
Yeah.
you can even link your because we have the package that we have with FiOS and stuff. That includes like all the cable channels. I tried to link them through Amazon. Like they try to make you buy the service like all over again. Like why would I pay for HBO twice?
They're like the Apple of online service instead of hardware.
Yeah.
I also
find
have
every doodad.
I have Hulu too that I got just so I could watch Castle Rock, and I have yet to watch a single episode. And I think I've been like a subscriber for the past year.
I also have Hulu.
Yeah,
I have Hulu,
I do.
Prime, Netflix.
yeah, that's what I got too.
I do
It's
use
really
my-
all you need.
I do use my Hulu quite often because MythBusters is on there, so they have most of the Discovery Channel
Ah.
stuff.
Nice, nice.
So I love MythBusters. It's like my favorite TV show.
I went
That's good.
I went all digital, like so like all the I don't buy like Blu-rays anymore. But now I hear it like sometimes they'll just take a movie off of there. Like I think we bought it when it came out, and there was like an issue with the licenses, and they just removed it. But it's like, well, I paid $20 for this. Like, what?
You
Yeah.
just let it be.
Are you guys gonna reimburse me?
Yeah,
Or
that's
what?
BS, man.
Did you just let it be, or did you eventually get it?
Well, if
we
you,
got it.
you
We
might
got
as
it
well
back.
just get the Blu-ray
Yeah.
because most of those come with a digital copy.
Yeah,
You know,
it's true.
and then you could like I have a Plex server running. I have like 5,000 movies on there,
Dang, son.
and I never use it. It's like who's gonna? Well, I mean, I do use some of it, but it's like it's so overwhelming. Like all the movies on there, and you're like, I don't know what to watch. You know what? I've seen this. It's good. I'll just watch this one. You know?
Right, I know it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch through The Office for the
Yeah.
6th time.
I kind of want. It'd be really awesome to have like this one like platform that you maybe it's like $5 a month that just links every single streaming service, Plex account, everything into one service.
Don't give that's a genius idea.
All right,
We're gonna
Edit that
work
back.
on this.
We're gonna edit that out.
That is $1 million idea right there, John. Yeah.
But wouldn't it be awesome? And
It
then you
would be
just browse
awesome.
through
So
all like
your things
everything?
would be in one area.
One-
and
yeah.
just watch
Aggregator.
everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, and if you have ads on Hulu, we'll play the ads. That'd be amazing, man. That's what I want.
We'll call it the.
And while ads are playing, I want to be able to go to my other
Yeah.
video, my
Yeah.
other streaming service, so I don't have to give a fuck about your ad.
We're gonna make this thing happen. It's gonna
You have
be
me
the
a beer?
John sandwich service.
Oh yeah. Just need a few million for the startup costs.
So
on the
like
app.
and subscribe, please, and then we'll get this shit going.
Yeah.
All right?
At our GoFundMe page down below.
Yeah,
There you go, my sir.
I might as well have one too.
What is this? Can
I
I
don't
open the
know.
can? Is this for like shotgunning?
Oh, you remove it so you can recycle it. Interesting.
Good job,
Ah.
Trail Beer. I see you.
Been Dorgan since 2006.
10 Barrel Brewing Company.
I've never had this before, but we're gonna give it a shot.
So I thought about, because I have doing like a cake tapping. You know, every time I get a new cake, sit around, like do like a little podcast or whatever, and just drink beer and talk about it.
New beer.
Yeah.
10 Barrel Brewing. Free
Gee.
plug there. Send us beer.
I heard they're closing down the Diamond Knot that's around here.
What?
Like the recreational area.
Really?
Which one is that?
The one that's near here, like Mukilteo area.
They're closing that down? They better not, because I go there like every Saturday and get hammered.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it lively in there?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a rumor I heard on the wind.
It happens. They took out Red Hook. I used to live like right next to the Red Hook Brewery, and now that's gone. I think they're just in Seattle now.
John, would you like a table to put your beers, or is that good enough for you?
I think this is good.
All right.
I don't
I
think
just
I'll
have
knock
so
it
much
over.
cords over here. Are you done with coffee, Eric?
What's that? Oh yes.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna put that away real quick.
I had this idea for the show. We are the John Sandwich Show. I think we should challenge each other to create, at some point, create the best sandwich.
Oh, no.
By
We're still on. We're still on. There we go. Still recording.
we are still live.
Like a live stream, a sandwich making.
Yeah, and we show up with our preferred ingredients, and we will go through how we prepare and create this, and we could decide what is the best sandwich, and the audience, you guys, can learn something about sandwiches. And
That's
I think
true.
we can do it with a lot of different things, all the way ranging from buying hardware to making food, just anything that people usually do. Kind of like a triple review thing.
So tight in here. Super tight.
I think an alternative would be like create the best cup of coffee.
Oh,
Blind
that would be
taste
nice.
tests.
It's one thing John Man's good at is making coffee and hamburgers. So.
And I was thinking I could prove you wrong by getting instant coffee, pretending it's nice coffee, and seeing if I can get you to believe that it's actual good coffee.
I mean, you can. I'm sure.
It's like a friendly competition.
Yeah,
Think it'd be entertaining.
we can do like name that beer contest.
Yeah.
Figure it out. See if we can get like the cheapest of the cheap, and then like expensive beers. See if anybody can tell the difference.
Yeah. See if expensive means good,
Mm-hmm.
or if cheap is the best way to go. And pontificate upon it at length.
Ooh, I had too much craft beer last night. I'll take that much. I gotta cut back on the craft.
Yeah.
Start dropping these pounds.
Yeah, I was drinking a lot of beer since I work from home, and I got a pretty big pay raise with the new job.
Hell yeah.
I've not given a fuck about anything, so I just drink beer, or I was drinking beer nightly,
Uh-huh.
and at a certain point, I felt like such shit after like a month of just drinking beer almost daily. that I pretty much stopped unless it was like the weekend or something
Yeah.
like that. Like today, it's a Sunday at recording.
Yeah. Hells yeah. I don't really drink in the house anymore just because, all the kids are roaming around there. But so like I'll go to
They ask you, Dad, why do you drink this
Yeah.
nasty stuff?
yeah.
Makes me feel good.
So I'll usually, we'll have like the occasional glass of wine or
Yeah,
maybe
that's
some
class.
champagne.
That's
But,
teaching the kids class.
Yeah, totally. So now I just like go out and stuff, but that's like, it's like what an expensive way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you figure you're buying like $5, $5-6 a beer for the craft beer for the good stuff,
Yeah,
and then you got to throw in a tip there. Ugh, it's awful.
you get one at a time.
And then you're there. You might as well get some tater tots. One thing leads to another. Before you know it, you're like down $50.
Especially downtown. Like when my brother came, we had like some chips and a few rounds of beer. It was like $120.
Jeez.
It was huge amount.
What's the most you've ever spent going out?
Going out like myself or like the
Yeah.
biggest bill
The
that I've
biggest
been
bill you've ever been, maybe
like,
a part of.
been a part of. We went to this one restaurant in New Mexico called the Double Eagle. Super nice place. There's only one, and we were ushered into this room.
Yeah.
Like there's the commoner area where people sit next to each other. It's kind of gross. They actually sit next to each other and like eat around each other like other families. But we were ushered into a private room that had like antique furniture, rugs, this Spanish art everywhere. It's like a big Spanish villa kind of thing made out of adobe and shit, and had amazing steak the whole time. And it was my family plus my brother's girlfriend. I think it was like 5 people.
Yeah.
So it was like $750.
Dang, that beats me for sure. That's a lot of cabbage.
Oh yeah,
We took the kids
good steak,
to
good soup.
took the kids to Teppan in Bellevue. I forget what the name of the place is, but it was like a really it was like a really upper class Teppan grill type place, with
Like,
people. That's when I texted you about we gotta make a skit with like the world's worst Teppan griller.
Right, squeezing the. What do they squeeze in your mouth? Is it like sake or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Just missing and getting all over your
just
chest.
everywhere, and just like freaking knives flying. I think that would be pretty hilarious. But we went. This guy was good. Like this guy lit his hands on fire and stuff. Like it was really flashy. But yeah, just with us and the kids. I think Emily got one cocktail. All I had was ginger ale. So it's like this is pretty much spent all this money on food. But yeah, it ended up being close to $500 just for all of us to come out.
But that's an experience.
But yeah, it's an experience. Kids loved it. This guy was like just wowing and just like flipping things about freaking butcher
that's a
knives
show.
behind him. And this guy was pretty good.
Spinning the spatula on his
Yeah.
finger.
But at the very
Was he
end,
Asian?
he like.
I realize you don't see color, but
Yeah.
try and remember.
I think he might have been Latino. I
Oh,
think.
so he's just skilled.
Speaking of which, I did Ancestry.com recently.
Oh yeah, how was
Yeah.
that? Was
Tell
it
me.
your $100 worth it?
Yep, I think we got it on sale actually.
Oh,
So
yeah?
we got 2 for $100. Emily got
Nice.
it for me for Christmas because she was just curious on what the hell I was, and like I'm trying to retrace my steps anyway. If you go on the website, like they give you the kit, and then I believe the account's extra. I think I'm paying like $30 for the plan I have right now, but you can go through like your family tree and then like add a bunch of stuff in there. Like it pulls records like.
Oh, like census records.
Yeah. So like it kind of starts tracking people down and it kind of auto builds it for you. Like I've had like family that I didn't even know like reach out to me that remembers on the site because like when you get your genes back, it like they match it with other people that are in the database. Like the most Big Brother shit ever.
Oh yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it
man.
is,
So
man.
you have to be a member of the site,
Did-
obviously.
Yeah.
Did the people that message you look like you?
No.
Were they tall and brown and like had the
But
same facial hair?
they already asked me for money, so we're definitely related.
So how is your lineage?
So I'm actually 49% Native American. I found out. But
Oh,
I don't
really?
I don't know how broad that is though. So it's linking me to like a Chihuahua tribe. But I saw a commercial the other day where there was a guy on there and he's like, "Oh, I'm part of the Chihuahua tribe." So I wonder if that's just like the go-to. But
Right. That's
they just kind of brought
some
it
kind of
out.
Central American.
So yeah, I'm gonna figure out like a way to track it down. So I got it says like 50% Native American, 20% Spanish, and then everything else kind of breaks down. I have a little bit of Swede in me too, like
Swede.
yeah,
So
1%,
so with
and the Congo, so 3%. Because I've always said that
Wow.
I have a percent of African American in me. Nobody ever believed me, but now I have that to prove.
Where are you, African American?
From the Congo.
wow.
Oh wait, no.
So-
No, but like
All-
what body part?
All that 3% is all in my penis.
So
what I thought.
so Native American. So back, you correct me if my history is wrong, because it probably is very wrong. So I'm asking out of sincerity.
Yeah.
49% Native American. Is that so? Before like the Spanish conquest and stuff in Mexico, was there any Spaniards or was everyone Native American?
Oh, good question. I'm not sure. They have like a little bit of a lineage. Like they give you a little history lesson on there, but I already forgot what it was.
Because-
So
I'm pretty
Mexicans
sure-
are Native Americans and Spaniards put together.
Are
Yeah.
they?
Are
yeah,
they?
or
Okay.
most Central Americans at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were Native Americans.
So like the Mayans and stuff, they were technically Native Americans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are considered more like Central American
Oh,
is what they
so-
would say.
Okay. All right.
Native
But
Americans
kind of
kinda
the same lineage, like type of like
yeah,
genealogy.
been in there for
Okay.
thousands of years.
Okay. And it wasn't until the Spaniards pretty much took over.
Yeah, and
Yep.
wrecked shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
Our fact
But
checker
that's-
right here.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
But that makes sense. Your family's Mexican. You have your 50%, not 50, but Native American plus the Spaniards. Put
Mhm.
that together. You have Southwest American. Really, I'm sure
Mhm.
mine would show the same thing. Although
Latino.
my dad would probably fuck up my records. It'd be
Yeah.
like just pure, unadulterated Caucasian white, like
Oh, yeah.
Northern Ireland.
The people that hit me up are actually all from El Paso, so that's kind of like where we migrated over from El
That's
Paso.
where I'm from.
That connects, yeah, it connects us in a way.
So is it pretty shocking to see how much people have actually been on Ancestry, like in your ancestor? Like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid to do it and be like, oh, there's no one. Sorry, no one's done it.
My dad did it, and it was pretty standard.
Yeah.
British, French, New England, like very early New England genes. Because apparently his family came to the Americas pretty early on, like 1700s.
Yeah.
Or
Was you
1600s.
able to trace it back pretty far? Like I haven't gone very
I'm not
deep
sure.
within it because I have like a couple of like first and second cousins that are on the site. Emily's got a lot more people. She like traced hers like back to like the 1400s or something. I'm like,
Wow.
how?
Wow.
Where's she from?
How? Just all the New England area. She's pretty much just all white, everything white, like
Yeah.
Irish,
Wow.
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Hmm.
But like even like people that have already worked up the family tree, like her was pretty easy. Like they have like all these like portraits and stuff of like relatives on there, and so hers came out pretty
That'd
pretty
that'd
good.
be pretty interesting, dude, because my dad was adopted.
Yeah,
Oh, so you can get
it
anything.
might be
really.
fun for
Yeah.
you to do it, see
Yeah.
what you got going on there.
Yeah, no kidding.
But then your genes are going to be in a database somewhere. That's how
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
they get you.
Yeah, I'll just
That's how they get you.
I'll just take a swab with my brother or
Yeah.
something.
Perfect.
Yeah, because I know like he's mostly Czechoslovakian. That's all I know. And my mom's, from what I know, is just mutt.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a little
Yeah.
mix of everything.
you might have some crazy stuff in there. I mean,
Yeah.
Swedish.
You got some
Come on.
Swede in you?
Swede.
Did it
So-
say anything beyond you're a Swede?
Yeah.
Like any lineage, like or you're like
Yeah, like when you get down to like the 1% section, like the little splashes of things there, it's pretty
it's
out
like
there.
your great granddad made
Yeah.
love with the Swede somewhere, and then that's where you're at.
I don't know if it's worth $100 though. Like it hasn't really changed my life any. But if you can get a deal on it, might as well try it.
That's pretty interesting, though. I know
Yeah.
maybe one of these days someone will do one, and they'll find out they're descendant to the throne.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah. descent
Like,
into
They'll probably
Genghis
lie, be like,
Khan.
"I'm sorry, we can't give out this information. Sorry, you can't have this. You would own our country."
6%.
Have any of you
alien.
guys played Red Dead Redemption 2? I know you weren't
I
that big of a fan of the
have.
first one.
I have not. So
Yeah.
no.
I played it.
What'd you think?
It was good.
Yeah,
It
it sounds
was-
really good too. It's almost like overwhelming. There's like too much to do. I haven't
Yeah.
beaten it yet. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like it's way too time consuming. I find, just like with the kids and stuff, and when they want to play video games, like I usually have to do like a game that I can get like in and out of, like the Binding of Isaac and stuff. So
Yeah.
play that you can just play for a second and then you can leave and go about your business. Red Dead is not that game. Like you
No.
can go through. I think I played the longest I've played probably. I think I started like at 10. I paid till like 3 in the morning, and like I only did like 3 missions or something. I didn't get
Oh,
like
wow.
nothing done.
Yeah, it's long. It's difficult. Moving just from town to town, because you have to pay or discover the area to fast travel to it. So just
Yeah.
that's what made me not come back to it, because I'd get a mission that was like, go here. It's like
And you-
30 miles away.
You spend
Literally
15
takes
minutes riding a
15
horse
minutes.
going there.
Literally
Jeez.
15 minutes just.
Really?
And then there's all kinds of these random occurrences that happen around you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll get robbed. Sometimes you'll see someone to be saved. It's like that probably won't come back ever
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So you might as well experience it now. So it just takes forever to do anything.
So is
And,
there like
it's
an
super
auto,
deep.
like you could just press a button and then your horse will just automatically go and you can step away from the controller for a second?
Yes,
Yeah.
there is. But sometimes, like he says, there's like a quick time event where like you get robbed or something. So if like
And
if
they
you're
just-
off doing something, you're gonna die.
Blast you off your
Yeah.
horse, because they'll literally they'll have AI have a carriage and like get it in front of you, so you run into it, and then
Right.
they just blast you.
The
Yeah, I haven't-
physics on there are amazing though. Like when you crash on your horse, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't dude, I've been so bad. Like, honestly, I'm a terrible podcaster because I'm not experiencing any movies, any
Yeah,
video game.
I
I
know,
have
we
God
gotta-
of War, and
we
I
gotta
haven't even
catch you
opened
up.
it out of the case yet.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just
Dang.
I don't have time. Like, I go through phases where I play a lot of video games or watch a lot of movies, and then I don't play anything for like a year.
Yeah.
You know, and then I go through phases of like
What's the phase right now?
I haven't played anything for like a year.
Sound?
Yeah.
Or like just the hobby?
I don't know, man. It's so. I'm one of those people I like to like perfect my experience before like doing the experience, you know.
Mhm.
And right now it's like kind of waiting for the new house to set up my new gigs, and then I was like, all right,
Right.
got
Yeah,
everything.
then you'll be ready
you
to
know.
go. Yeah.
And then I'll
Sure.
find something else that will hinder that.
I didn't realize how close you are
Yeah.
from my house. You're like
Yeah.
5 minutes away.
yeah.
I
right
should
down
live
the
like
street.
just Harbor Point down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not where I live.
All
I
right,
live in a house that's large and in a gated community.
Yeah.
You can't come in.
We're YouTubers. Okay?
There
We
there
have
is a lot of
mansions.
Harbor Point.
It's my
though. Like,
stream house.
Harbor Point goes forever. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
there's
far.
thousands upon thousands of
houses that are way better
Yeah.
to steal from. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
They're huge.
He's Mukateo rich, guys.
Yes. I can't wait till we get our YouTube
Huge.
mansion. It's gonna be awesome.
But where I was getting with that is I have a spare room that nobody uses. It is
Oh, yeah?
my studio
Yeah.
where I work, and it's pretty empty. We can use that.
Yeah.
I also
sure.
have a new green screen, and I just bought scaffolding to hold it up,
Oh yeah.
so we
Nice.
can like clamp it, make it taut.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
also
cool.
have lights. I have a green screen. We can have
can
like an
put-
alien bar.
We can project
background.
the background of the Millennium Falcon behind us.
That would be perfect.
Sean Man would love that.
I would. I'd
Yeah.
be.
We can have the bridge some
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. At the bridge. That'd be fine.
When someone opens the door, have a button. Speaking of which, my dad, he's a huge Star Trek fan. I
Uh-huh.
need to ask him to send a picture of his room. It's
Uh-huh.
wall-to-wall Star Trek memorabilia and
Oh
stuff.
really?
Oh, that's
And he
Nice.
has a wall intercom system. It's made of plastic,
Yeah.
but it has a sensor, so when you walk in, it actually makes the
Oh,
No,
it's
no
that.
shit. Okay. I'm gonna need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
and his desk has like I
And
forgot
that's-
what it's called, but you flip it open and it goes.
Oh yeah, the communicator.
Yeah, and then the sensor thing that Spock has across his,
Oh nice.
just all over his desk. He recently got divorced, so he's just like,
Just buying Star Trek.
fuck
memorabilia.
it,
Yeah.
my room.
That's right. You told me about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's
Dang.
now with a Hawaiian lady. Hopefully, she'll take me to Hawaii. She told me she was going to, so I
Very fun.
will accept her if she gives me a Hawaiian
That would be
vacation.
amazing.
And she could like take you to all the secret spots that locals aren't. Only locals know about. Tourists
Yeah.
aren't able to go to.
She'll get me in.
My
'Cause I'm
da-
a
My
whitey.
daughter's dating a nice Australian boy, so I'm hoping that works out and that'll get me to Australia one day.
Dude,
See
why would
what
you ever want to
happens.
go to Australia?
Right? I know. I heard it's like
They had record
Definitely.
heat just now. Like
Dude.
135 record heat for Australia.
that's
How
nuts.
fucking
Dude,
hot
like-
is that?
It's not even.
They own 7 of the deadliest, most like
That's true.
creatures
Like,
in the world.
How do you survive Australia? It's crazy.
Like you have to
Right.
check your shoes before you put them on every day.
yeah, even those little.
Like, can you like? It's like you're always looking around, like checking your backside, to make sure there's
Right.
not a big ass spider,
A bat.
tarantula, some badass snake,
even those little cute.
scorpion.
Those little cute koalas. Chlamydia. It's awful.
No,
A rabid kangaroo. Rabid
Yeah.
bush baby. Who
I
knows?
wouldn't survive a day in the outback, man.
Fucking dingoes. I don't know if you've ever seen.
And there's all this space, and the housing is still super expensive.
It's nuts. I don't know if you've ever seen a full-grown kangaroo, but that's some scary shit, man.
They're ripped.
Yeah,
They're fucking
they're
swole.
ripped. And I heard if I saw a documentary on kangaroos, I don't know why I was watching this, but apparently if there's a water source close by, they will try to drag you in and drown you. Like,
Really?
that's their thought process. If
Wow.
there is like a lake close, they will drag you in there and hold you under until you die. So basically, yeah,
So what you're saying is never go to the kangaroo
never.
zoo
Yes,
up north.
no. Pass.
I did not know that.
Well, I'm never
Like,
going to the kangaroo zoo.
die.
then,
No. 'Cause
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a water source.
I'm
near
sure
there.
Australia is okay. Australians, it's fine. I'm sure it's okay.
I mean, it's not America.
Speaking of like monster, the Godzilla universe, and you got like the Marvel universe. What's your guys' stance on all these universes coming out? Like, I guess sometimes it works. DC universe now they're kind of making a shift away from the shared universe. There was that Tom Cruise Mummy movie. They tried to make like a Universal classic monster universe, and that didn't pan out very well.
I think the MonsterVerse might be. I mean, it's niche enough to where it could work, but
Yeah.
like large scale, big. I mean, I think
Motion
Marvel is like the
picture.
only company that could really pull it off. They've been doing it for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, pulling
And
in
setting it
hundreds
up.
of millions of dollars.
I mean,
each
but the
time.
thing is, they do it right.
Yeah.
And these other companies are trying to fast track to where Marvel's at now.
Yeah.
Within a couple movies.
yeah,
Like, I
and they
think
don't
maybe
have
if
the talent.
DC took their time
For sure.
to set up the characters and make there was 2 Iron Man movies, almost 3 before Avengers
Yeah.
even got started, and they were just slowly introducing these characters.
Yeah, I guess.
And
that
it's
is
so
really the
large scale. There's
difference.
so many characters, but yet you still feel like you've
Yeah.
seen enough of every single
And
one of them
they
to kinda
only-
understand.
They only came to that realization that they could do that once they put out a few good movies. They were like, "Oh shit, this expanded universe is really
This
taking
might
off."
work.
Like just having a few tidbits of information, you like in Iron Man 1, you call it an Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had Iron Man 2, put a little more Easter eggs in there, and then, oh my god, these movies are killing it. We can actually move into, like, the expanded universe. But, yeah, like you said, DC, they're just like, expanded universe, 6 heroes, which before Marvel, when has that ever happened that wasn't an animated, like, Warner Brothers film?
For sure.
Like, that's never happened before. You can't
And, you know,
just...
It was a little bit of hubris too, because I remember. I think it might have been a Comic-Con or whatever. I think this is before they even had any movie out, but they had like 20 years worth of films like all planned out.
yeah,
like, in a whole
phase
timeline.
1, 2, and
This is when it's
3.
coming out, and none of those movies I think came out.
Dude,
It
So-
didn't happen.
So riddle me this. So Endgame and then Spider-Man are pretty much the last of like Marvel universe right now, and
then it goes to Phase 4.
they are
Which
not
is
right
cosmic.
now in production of any movie. There's no Marvel movies being made this second. Like they're done, and then so it's going to be another two years before we get Phase
Man.
4. Like, how does that make you feel knowing that like next summer we're not going to get a Marvel film?
Wow. How long has it been since that? How many years has it been since there hasn't been a Marvel movie released?
It's been a while, or like a month where there wasn't some kind of Marvel news.
Yeah, I mean,
going on.
it's gonna go dark for a while.
Yeah,
I heard what
it's
they
crazy.
might want to do is if Captain Marvel goes well, and you hear that Jake Gyllenhaal is Mysterio and stuff. I think they want to possibly take it to the cosmic level that Marvel has done in their comic books, where everyone's kind of like these universal god types. Like, forget Earth. It's all about like saving the universe instead, and we have these like omnipotent beings everywhere and
So-
stuff. They might try their hand there.
Celestial.
So how do you feel
yeah.
about Phase 4? Like after the original kind of goes away, fades into the sunset, is that something you're gonna keep following, or just kind of like as an innocent bystander, just kind of like maybe you'll tidbits of it, but not get so excited? Like how do you feel about this Phase 4?
Oversaturation will kill anything. Really.
Yeah.
But I think if they wait a while, like you said, maybe 3 years, I think people will be fucking hyped for
Yeah.
the next Marvel movie, because there might be kids that are too young now to. Well, there are kids too young now to really experience the new Marvel verse. They could bring in this one, start from scratch, and bring up a whole new generation of Marvel fans, and at the same time hype the already Marvel fans. And I think they would get that by waiting a while.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
oversaturation movie a year.
I
Like
mean,
Star Wars couldn't
but the
even
thing is-
survive that.
But
No.
the thing is, the movie year though, they did a great job. They
Oh,
had
yeah.
some great people
Yeah.
filming it. I like me personally. I was like, I don't know if I could go on with all these characters that aren't going to be there anymore.
That's true.
You know,
Right.
Like-
Like, is it a Marvel movie? Like, they would have to change the logo.
Yeah.
Like, be a spin-off.
I'm
kind
sure
of.
I'll watch it, but like, would I be as invested as I am right now to figure
Right.
out everything? You know,
I'm super excited about to see where it all goes and stuff. I think just because how good of a film that Infinity War was.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
That
like,
was-
hyped as shit. How do you end all this? What
It was
happens?
locked down.
What is
What
it?
what
Next
is
month?
the end game?
next month, man.
This
Yeah.
is
We'll
the
figure
end
it out.
game.
Dang, I heard it's like close to 3 hours long too. I think they released some
Good.
kind of runtime.
You know what? It's crazy is the whole in game thing. It's like how many Easter eggs they put in Infinity War that like the next movie would be called Endgame.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I saw the trailer for Endgame, and I'm like, oh, that's why it's called Endgame.
Mhm.
Endgame, because I rewatched it and they mentioned the word Endgame like 4 times.
Wow.
I think like
Endgame,
even in Ragnarok there was an in-game reference.
Was there?
I
Ooh,
think
I
so.
didn't know
'Cause I
that.
just
That's
watched that
great.
recently
I think so,
again.
too.
I was like, damn, in-game. In-game is everywhere.
That might be what I saw, what I heard it on, and I was like, oh shit, they've been planning this for a while.
Yeah.
Ragnarok was good too. I think
Dude.
that's like the only Thor movie that I actually like.
Dude, that was the best buddy movie I've
Yeah,
seen in a long
right?
time.
It was like a nice 1980s cop buddy
Yeah.
cop
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
It's great.
and it kind of gave me the sense of that when it was created, the 1970s, like, what's it called, like, just jazz about it.
Oh yeah.
That it wasn't this moody, dark thing, but
Yeah.
like the ship that they escape on is purple, and it
Yeah,
shoots out like
yep,
fireworks
yep.
and stuff, and
Yeah.
the whole finale is like this 1970s rock concert.
It was
Yeah,
amazing. I think
It's
that's the strong point with Marvel, right? I think that's why it tends to not. It doesn't feel oversaturated to me, because like they're all comic book movies, but it seems like each one of their movies kind of like tackles like a different genre and stuff, and goes for like different vibes. So they feel different, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a completely
Mhm.
different Marvel movie than
Yeah.
any other.
And same with the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Amazing movie. You can't really. It's an action movie, but it has a totally different feel from, say, Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or Ragnarok, of course. Ragnarok was like almost pure comedy, but really good comedy. Some action in there, but Winter Soldier was pretty moody and talked a lot about how government power can be good in a
Yeah.
lot of ways, but also can totally doom society if left unchecked.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that might be one of my favorite Marvel movies. Is the Winter Soldier. That was really good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that was way
excellent.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I wasn't like bored through all of it, because on paper it's kind of like not the greatest story in the world, but it was just so well done that you just
Right?
liked it.
It's not really a children's film either.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Tony's parents get choked in
Yeah.
a car, and
Lot
he's
of-
just like
lot of
choking his
violence.
mother out.
I should have planned this better, but to watch like every single Marvel like mainstay Marvel movie before Endgame.
Yeah,
But there's like so many of them.
there is so many.
There's
Was it
like-
20 something?
Just imagine the Blu-ray pack that's gonna come out after Endgame
Oh,
comes
it's
out.
gonna be like $1,000, man.
For sure.
I remember when the
Hey,
Harry
I'll
Potter
probably
one
buy
came
it.
out. It was like $120. I was like, God damn.
And you bought it.
I bought to save money. It was actually cheaper to buy the Deathly Hallows pack plus 1 through 7, or 1 through 6 instead.
Mm.
So that's what I got.
I don't think I didn't sit down and watch the Harry Potter series until probably like last year, so I'm pretty late to the game. But wow, they are pretty good. I don't know. Have you seen any of the Harry Potter?
I saw like the first 3, and I was just like, oh man. I
The
don't know.
main gripe is like they're pretty teeny boppery a little bit, especially if you didn't like grow up on it.
The
Well,
first
like,
ones are
yeah.
pretty kiddie.
I mean,
and
I was
stuff.
I
They
was
get
in like
a little
high
more
school.
serious at the end.
Like I think I was in high school when they were coming out. Or like the first couple were coming out.
Yeah.
So like I should have been more in the game then, but I don't know. In high school, I was doing other stuff than watching
Yeah,
Harry
it
Potter.
didn't really
Yeah.
interest me
You
at the
know.
time.
Right.
So like after years, it's like it didn't interest me at the time. I think it'd be something I would like, but back then it's like I'm not watching Harry Potter. I got better stuff to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't even give it a shot if I didn't have like the kids and stuff. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad we sat down and watched all of them.
You know, it's crazy how generational that is.
Yeah.
What Harry Potter's become. It's such
Yeah.
a generational film and book.
How long till
Yeah.
they reboot it? You think?
Man, that'd be an
Would you accept
ordeal.
that?
I don't know. I don't think I would.
I don't think anyone that grew up with Harry Potter or would accept a reboot of Harry
Yeah.
Potter. I don't even think J.K. Rowling would accept a
Yeah.
reboot of Harry
Because
Potter.
she had a lot of demands, like how everyone had to be British and stuff. I can only imagine that she would have to be
Yeah.
dead for them to reboot it. Because she had a lot of demands that were very strict about how they produced the films.
Yeah.
And in this new one, she was like, I don't give a fuck. And look how bad they are.
Yeah.
That's true.
What do you guys- yeah.
They let the Americans in, is what
Yeah.
happened.
Johnny Depp. And that was an outcry of Johnny Depp being a villain in that.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny Depp in the whole film.
Johnny Depp really.
Hello, it's me. And then it ends, and that's like his entire structure of lines in the entire film.
You know, I wish Johnny Depp wasn't such a cliche of himself, man. Because I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, I
Or a
really.
wife beater.
Or a wife beater.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Not a fact.
Or a wino.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't get too far in that. There's a lot of.
Wine is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I
What-
guess you could call me a beer no.
What happened to him anyway? Like
Beerhead.
he was so respectable as an actor. Like I remember, like, oh, they're casting Johnny Depp, but now it's like, oh,
It's because they
they've
like.
casted Johnny
he-
Depp.
It's just the
Uh,
cliche of himself. He's like this weird, over eccentric actor, and like he got so typecast in that role that it pretty much destroyed his career. He went from
Yeah.
like
I think he
You
got
know.
depressed about it.
Well,
'cause he
yeah,
didn't
I mean,
expand at
because
all.
some of his earlier movies, like The Ninth Gate. You guys see that one about the
Yeah,
like
he has long hair. And he's
Yeah, and then-
semi-normal.
and then
in that one.
the Secret Window.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Those were
I've watched
great
that
That
one.
one
movies.
was good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they were
liked
great
it.
movies, and they were nothing like his characters are now. Now he's just like it's either the Pirates of the Caribbean, he's Jack Sparrow. These are the tales.
And he's
Captain
completely
Jack
wasted
Sparrow.
through that whole film.
yeah.
You know, so he's just like, and then like the Alice in Wonderland movies, and then the Harry Potter movies. He's just like this weird, super eccentric, super flamboyant type character
Yeah.
that he just can't escape anymore.
Yeah, and they type it, like you said, typecast, and there's no
Yeah.
room for improvement. There's no. Every movie he's a part of, they know he's going to be a part of it because, like, if you're worth the time, you're probably going to know that you're worth Johnny Depp's time.
Yeah, like Fear
And-
and Loathing in Las Vegas, man. Like, where did that Johnny Depp go?
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
He needs definitely needs a course correction of some kind. I don't know.
maybe this will give it to him because he's
Yeah.
not received very well at this point. Maybe it might
Well, he's
hit
been
him over the head. and
he's
be
been
like,
let
maybe I
go from
should.
the Pirate series, right? He's not doing those anymore.
Well, I don't
think
know
so.
if it's just like a let go. I don't
I think
think
they're rebooting it.
they're
of some sort,
rebooting it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there's just like no place for Jack Sparrow because
Yeah, and originally he was supposed to Jack Sparrow. If you watch Curse of the Black Pearl, he's a secondary character.
Yeah.
He's just the comedy. What's it called? What's the
Comic
phrase?
relief.
Yeah, comic
thing?
relief.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way.
And it
That's
was about
the best way to suit that
the
character.
Turners,
I think.
you know?
Yeah.
And in the second, third, and fourth one, they were like, "Oh my God, everyone loves Johnny Depp." They did the Disney thing, and it's like where they make the sequel about the funny character, like the
Yeah.
Olaf or the Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
And they're like,
I mean,
just him.
I thought the
him,
trilogy
him.
was great. The last 2 or 3 movies that came after that were very subpar.
Is it
Especially
on
the
Stranger Tides. And
yeah on Stranger Tides.
Is that the one with Penelope Cruz?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
That one was terrible.
Yeah.
That was-
And
Charles
it has
Barkley would
that
say.
Javier.
Javier Bardem.
I mean, I thought it was
How
cool
does
in
he
the
say
last one.
Jack
They had
Sparrow?
like some of the original, some cameos with
Oh,
the
yeah,
original
yeah.
characters, which
That's
was
right.
like I think a cool let go of the,
Yeah.
the whole series.
You can just let it be
you know.
done now.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I would like to see
That
Johnny Depp
series
take
made
on
a-
some other
I think the
other
third
roles.
one
like-
made $1 billion. I think it really won the day. Could have just ended it there.
How do you save Batman?
How do you save Batman?
Yeah. So obviously, the news is broken that Ben Affleck is no longer Batman. What do you do now?
First, you wait a couple of years.
Yeah, you don't do anything
Chill
with
out.
Batman.
Calm down.
That's true.
Then-
There was a time when there
You
were no
let
Batman
Joaquin
movies.
Phoenix's
It's
Joker
okay.
save Batman.
Okay. How do you guys feel about that?
I think it
Uh,
looks great.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a great, low budget Joker movie,
Yeah.
which
They're not
was
flying too close to the sun here.
I
like,
think.
which is how it should be. Like, we
Yeah.
don't need a Jared Leto Joker.
No.
I'm sorry, that's what killed Batman.
That was
fucking
so
Jared Leto.
bloated.
Like,
and
Yes.
Batman
bullshit.
wasn't
I
even
agree.
in there,
Yeah.
and Jared Leto destroyed Batman. Fuck
he,
him,
He did what no other
Jared.
Joker
If you're
could.
watching
He
this,
killed
fuck
Batman.
you.
He always looks like he's on Molly or something, or like he's
Yeah.
tripping balls. His eyes are always like
Dude,
so wide.
He's like he takes like his characters. He's not method acting. He's like sending condoms and dead rats. He's like, oh, I'm being the
Yeah.
Joker. It's like, no, you're being a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, being a douchebag.
You know, if you're gonna be a method actor, lock yourself in a fucking hotel for 6
Here's your
months
rule
and
of thumb.
read serial killer shit
Use
like
condom. That's
like
gross.
Heath Ledger did. You know,
That's
like-
not cool.
that's
Yeah.
dude. The Joker wouldn't send anyone to use condom. They'd
No.
send someone a bomb and blow everyone the fuck up. I'm sorry,
Right,
Jared
and
Leto.
That Joker had
Oh.
pain and stuff. Jared Leto's is like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna dress like a clown and be a
Mhm.
criminal.
Jared
That's
Leto's
Joker, right?
gave me pain.
Yep. You are a clown, sir. I'll tell you that much.
Sorry, I went off. I can't stand that.
That was pretty bad. Like it was.
And it was
awful.
like I couldn't believe that they were gonna like keep going with that. It's like with
Yeah.
the fan backlash and like everything that was going on. It's like you're really seriously gonna make this Joaquin Phoenix Joker and then still have Jared Leto as a
It's
the
like-
DC Universe Joker.
I
It's like
think
no,
it-
fuck that.
Joker
I
if
think
he
at
was an
one point
Instagram influencer.
He was going to be in Jared Leto's Joker's be like in Suicide Squad 2, have his own Joker movie, and then there's going to be a Joker and Harley Quinn movie. Like that's a lot to invest on this guy that didn't work out in that first Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I believe all those are canceled now as well.
Yeah, I think so too. Which is the way it should be.
They seem like they're shifting away from the whole shared universe thing, and now it's just going to be
Yeah,
like
first you have to
one-off
make
movies.
a good movie first.
Concentrate
Which
on that.
the Joaquin Phoenix one, I honestly believe that it is going to be a great. Like, I don't think it's going to be a Joker movie. The fans think it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think it's.
It's gonna be about a man.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to be a great movie.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think-
think like a low budget indie movie is
It's a
what
good
a
s-
Joker deserves.
He's a great actor too.
It's a
so
good
we'll see
step
where it
one
goes.
to save Batman. I think step two would be create some kind of Batman Beyond. I think that's a good. First of all, amazing series.
Yeah.
Second of all, I think you could hash it for a motion picture that could be really good because you have a young Bruce Wayne type because he's, if you don't know, he's Bruce Wayne's clone that was implanted in a Wayne Enterprises employee and was raised by two scientists, behavioral scientists or something like that. So you have like a young person, which is key, I think, that's still learning, and you also have a super badass suit that he wears. You also have an old Bruce Wayne, which is just would be a gold mine of great stuff to write and wisdom you can share with the audience. I just think that's a good way to go.
And what would be so legit is to do a Batman Beyond movie and then cast Michael Keaton as the older Batman.
That would be
awesome.
So what do you
Make
think
me
about this
jizz
for
my
Saving
pants.
Batman? Is doing a legit TV series, like not a movie, not big or maybe big budget, but like Game of Thrones or like what HBO's done,
that would be great.
or
Yeah.
a Netflix original Batman series.
Yeah,
That's
that would be
not
awesome.
Gotham.
Yeah, that's not
And-
like
oh,
Netflix original. They'd make it gritty. They'd make it TVMA. Like
have you seen the Teen Titans? The
I
Teen
haven't.
Titans show?
I heard it's
Yeah.
good. I haven't
Did
seen
you
it.
really?
I heard
it's
it's
horrible. In the trailer, there's
Oh wait,
Robin,
not the cartoon. The actual
the live action
live
show,
action.
oh
Okay.
no, I have
Yeah,
not
I
seen
heard
that.
where
that's
he's like,
bad.
"Fuck Batman."
Yeah.
It's Robin, part of the Teen Titans. It's like Robin, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and Cyborg, and it's
Yeah, that looks bad.
awful. Like
forget
they
what I
tried
said.
very teeny boppery strategies here, and they did the Netflix thing where they try and make a cartoon character into a real person without realistically changing their appearance, so they look like a bad cosplay of
yeah.
these superheroes. And in the first scene of the trailer, Robin's fighting people, and he literally kills people. Robin does, which everyone was upset about because obviously he wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of the thugs is like, "But Batman doesn't kill people." And he's like 17 years old. He looks like a kid, and he's like, "Fuck Batman." And it was just the biggest cringe of the year. I
DC,
swear.
get your shit together, man.
And then
Who's directing the new Batman now? The Batman? Who's that guy?
that's canceled.
Is it canceled?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it's Dunsky, man. Who cares?
Who cares who's doing that crap?
Endgame's coming out.
yeah.
Who's gonna
look
watch
forward.
something like that?
You might as
You're
well
not seeing
stop.
any
Might as
Wonder
well just not
Woman
make
2
movies
coming out.
anymore. That's true.
No, Wonder Woman 2 still go.
Oh, it's
Isn't it
coming
go?
out,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's not anytime soon. 'Cause they're
Yeah.
like, let's stay clear of Endgame. You do not
Yeah.
want to compete with that because you will lose.
Aquaman made a shit
Oh, well, I
ton
heard-
of money. Surprisingly, they didn't get my money, but they made a shit
You
ton
know
of money.
It's
how-
because Jason Momoa is in it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know how they made all that money? Jason Momoa, he's a handsome dude,
Got
and
that
ripped.
Momoa
Like,
money.
and look at
Yeah.
his eyebrows; they're amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I read this
Such a man.
fact on the web about how many screens Aquaman was released on. So the Infinity War wasn't a huge Chinese release.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it did release in China, but not that much. It was on about like 8,000 screens
In China or total?
in total.
Okay.
In the US alone, there's only 4,000 screens.
Okay.
You know how many are in China?
Probably 4,000.
Like 18,000
Jesus.
screens. And that is why
It was just
Aquaman.
Yeah. Okay.
made billions of dollars because they released on every one of those Chinese screens.
Actually forced people to go see Aquaman in China.
Yeah, they.
Well, that's how Terminator
There were
Genesis
no
was.
other movies.
Yeah,
It was
it's-
just they did terrible in America, but in
Yeah.
China, it made so much money. But
Yeah.
the Chinese, they will literally like go watch anything American made.
yeah.
Like-
Except Star Wars, which statistically always does horrible in China.
Well, it's because
Yeah.
Star Wars sucks.
Yeah, now it does.
They don't
It
accept Star
sucks so
Wars.
bad
It
that
does good
China
in
didn't
Japan.
want to see it.
I'll be back.
Oh yeah, I could probably use one of those myself.
Just you can use the bathroom right here, if that's what you're doing. All right. But anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, Star Wars.
now that he's out of the room,
yeah. Let me tell you about the real John. Guy's a jerk.
he's a big jerk. So tall, handsome.
Stupid handsome devil.
Dude, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, man, it's been a
When
minute.
was the last time I saw you? Was for your barbecue, right?
Yes, yeah, that had to be. That was a good. Was that last summer?
That was last summer, man. Like almost a year.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So I have perfected my Mexican street corn.
Have you?
Oh, dude, yeah,
Oh, I
it
can't
is
wait.
damn delicious.
I was gonna try it and I chickened out last minute. It's like,
Dude, I made it better. Is
Yeah?
it? I don't know if you could do that, but I did.
is that possible?
I did.
Damn. So we have
The only
to-
problem with like making it though is when you make it and it's fucking delicious, everyone wants it, and it's like I don't want to make it.
Yeah,
It's like kind of a pain in the ass, you know.
we should do like a get together next time we do one of these things. And then
Sure.
I will bring corn and beef if you cook me some Mexican corn and a
Oh, yeah.
hamburger.
Oh, dude, yeah, cheeseburgers. I love cheeseburgers.
Yeah. You've been pretty busy though lately, right? What's
Yeah,
been going
man.
on in your life, man?
Oh, just working, man. Like working and trying to find a house, like trying to buy a house, which in the Seattle market is
It's like a-
borderline impossible to do.
Yeah.
You know, I've put a bid on 4 houses. Each house I've put like $15,000 to $20,000 more than what they're asking for, and I still have been outbid
That's
every
nuts.
time. You know, I got 4 houses and that much to put a bid on, but some of our friends, they've put before they got their house they're living in right now, they put in like 19 bids on other houses.
Dang.
It's like, man, it's just
Yeah.
so expensive too.
We had a horrible time just renting because we can't just go to like fucking got so many kids. We can't just go to an apartment complex or like
Yeah.
we're friggin' our house hunting. I think it took like almost the better part of maybe like 6 months in order to find a place. Like we'd go to like when they're renting the houses out, they just do like open houses. It's like not all simple, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah. By
Yeah.
the time we got there, I mean they're already taken.
Yeah,
it was
so my buddy, he just started renting a house, right?
Mhm.
And he went to an open house for a rental, and there was like 50 people there.
Yeah.
There was a line out the door. It's like,
nuts.
this is a rental property, man. You know? It's like, I don't remember, like, dude, like, that's how bad the market is here. It's like it's like fucking Best Buy on Black Friday for a house, you know?
Yeah, some people too like call in just for renting, call in to make bids and like take the house sight unseen. Like so, it's like I'm not gonna do that. Like, freaking, I want to know what it looks like. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh. Sorry, I turned
Hello?
your mic off. There we
Okay.
go.
we didn't want to hear you peeing or anything.
All right. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Must have been a good leak.
Yeah.
Say something, man. Internet's listening.
You know, so I think we should do this more regularly, though.
Yeah,
like
I
I
think
think
so,
you
too.
know, once a week or once every other week, we should get back into doing the sandwich. You know, like maybe Saturday mornings.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be perfect for me.
So, or
I'm down
Sunday
with
morning.
that.
You know,
A lot more content coming your way. We're gonna get a lot better at this
Yeah.
time around.
So, I don't know.
I need to get a device capture, but I do have a new Canon that's like a regular. It's a mirrorless camera.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it does like
a good one?
23 megapixels, and it actually has Wi-Fi with it too, so we can actually live stream with it too.
Oh, nice.
So,
So Eric, oh,
you saw my
keep going.
kitchen. It has a nice flat level. We can use your kitchen for sure because we have like a lot of room, but we can totally use the kitchen as a set and make some sandwiches
yeah. Oh yeah.
and have a sandwich
The
competition.
sandwich
Dude.
actually making sandwiches.
The problem is, man, if it's
Mind-boggling.
I don't think it should be called a competition because I'm a
A
great
gentleman's.
Yeah, you know, maybe just a good eatery.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I can. Yeah. If I'm able to take on.
Well,
John
it doesn't
Man's
have to
cooking
be.
skills.
Well, John Man, he would play the person that knows what he's doing.
Mm.
I can play. I want to be as cheap as possible, and you can play. I want to as easy as possible, or like just what is downright the best. Slather it in whatever you want.
You know what? I have a good sandwich. So yeah, let's do this. I do
Yeah.
have a good sandwich. It involves egg.
Eggs are good.
Yeah.
I love eggs.
Actually, it's
Egg bun.
It's a melt. So
yeah,
I'm
that's fine.
totally down for this.
A melt is considered a sandwich.
Yeah, it's still a sandwich. It's got bread.
We'll have to have some guidelines.
Yeah.
Like melt, because some would say that a hot dog is a sandwich, being between two pieces of bread. What do you think? Can I make a hot dog?
Well, if you're gonna argue that, then technically cereal is soup.
That's true.
Well,
No.
when we make soup, I will come. When we have a soup competition, I'll pour out some Cheerios.
I wouldn't consider a hot dog a sandwich. No, I don't know where it falls.
No, a hot dog is a hot dog.
Yeah, hot dogs.
They don't call it a hot dog sandwich. They call it a hot dog and a hot dog bun.
I'll buy an ice cream sandwich. That could be.
You know, I
sandwich.
think
Right
to
in the
be
title.
to be a sandwich, the breads cannot be connected. It has to be
Yes.
on top.
on top of the
You know,
other.
a top and bottom. That's it. There's no connection.
Yeah.
If you guys could see, see. You,
Yeah. A wrap is not a sandwich. It's a wrap.
No, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we can teach the audience something at the same time entertaining them.
Yeah, you know, I always thought about doing a little bit of
We
cookery
could
on
even
the,
do it
on
in
the
here.
side.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Should-
Bring
I'll
our
get,
ingredients in here.
and get the barbecuer in here, and we could all suffocate.
Or we'll have the chicken in like those cooking shows. This is already prepared.
Yeah.
Have,
I'm
like,
gonna-
the cooked chicken. From
I'm
the
gonna
kitchen.
perm my hair out for the occasion. I'm gonna Bob Ross that shit. Put a happy little pickle right here.
I like to put a face on my pickle with some ketchup. It
I'm
makes
gonna
it
put a
little
second-
happier, a little happier.
I'm gonna put a second pickle next to this one because everyone needs a friend.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna tuck it in with
Happy
some
friends.
cheese.
happy friends. No, that's a good idea, man. We should do that.
And I was
Yeah.
saying we could like do episode 2 or a second iteration of that, but with like coffee. Like,
yeah.
because I bet you could also make a mean cup of coffee, and I wonder
Yeah,
if I
I
could
could.
convince you guys
I do have an
that
espresso
I
machine.
can make pretty good instant coffee, which is like boiling water and stuff. And I don't know if we can have a blind taste test and see if I can trick you into thinking that
That
my
it's
coffee is the
gourmet
best,
coffee.
even though it's the cheapest and worst.
See, I'd have to get my
thing.
wife in here because she's the coffee connoisseur. I do make an
She could
okay
be the judge.
like espresso, but I wouldn't say I am an espresso master or
Yeah.
a barista, whatever you call it,
Barista. Baristo.
barista. So I wouldn't claim to be the best coffee maker, but I know that my wife is probably the best coffee taster.
Nice.
She could tell the cheap from the good.
Is this brevet upside down?
This is like probably one of the only ways that I'm truly masculine is with my coffee drinking. Probably where I actually prefer the cheaper cups of coffee. I think to the fancier ones. Like we have
The Folgers.
an espresso machine at work. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
And then we have like the regular coffee machine. I always go for the regular coffee.
Yeah, just the in a bag.
Yeah.
It
don't-
like poops it out.
I don't need I don't need your hazelnut or.
So
all your
I
other
don't like
crazy
flavored
flavors.
coffee,
Yeah.
but I do like a good quality bean.
Yeah.
You know, a good quality bean is there's something to that. It's not like a stale like I don't know.
Freshly ground.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We do definitely freshly grind our coffee here.
Yeah, see,
We
that's the-
are a little snobby. That's
You're
fine.
a little snobby
You
that
know?
way.
Yeah.
You're the perfect competitor.
I'm actually late to the coffee game. I didn't start drinking coffee until I started working at that place that we
You didn't
work
drink any coffee at all.
Honestly, to tell you the truth,
never
I'm
did.
late. Like I only started drinking coffee this last year.
at. Yeah,
It's because I quit drinking soda. I mean, I dropped a soda in 1 year and 1 month.
it shows, man.
Yeah,
you're
thank
you're
you.
looking good.
Thank you.
Svelte.
Thank you. And then so I started drinking coffee because I used to think, oh, coffee just gave me really bad anxiety, like all this stuff, panic attacks.
Same way for me. Yep.
No, it just turned out that it was all the sugar and all the like. After I stopped drinking soda, I never got like a panic attack. I haven't had like a panic attack, super bad anxiety attack since I quit drinking soda.
That's awesome, man.
I was drinking
Yeah, you were.
of soda,
A lot of
though.
soda.
like I would get those 44-ounce fucking big gulps
Yeah.
and drink like
God
3 of those a day.
He had
Get a
kinda-
kidney stone.
That was the famous thing about him coming into when we were in our band and stuff. He always had a big soda on him.
Yeah, always.
Always,
Like,
always show up with the big gulps.
and the thing is, man, I think about soda every fucking day of my life. It's
You're
like,
like
I
a
want it.
recovering addict.
I
No,
want
no,
it.
it is, man.
It's
It
like,
is
it's a
bad.
daily
I'll be in the
challenge.
break room at work and I see just like this line of sodas I could buy. It's like, man, I've had a bad day. I wonder if I just ruined my life if I had a Dr. Pepper right now.
We don't drink soda at our house. Like it's all just juice and stuff. Every now and again, I'll splurge on a ginger ale. That's
Ooh.
about it.
A ginger ale?
Dude,
God.
instead of a ginger ale, you should get a ginger beer with some vodka and some lime and make a Moscow Mule.
Yes, that would be great. I've taken a liking to Dark and Stormies, which is pretty much like dark rum and ginger ale. So good, man.
You ever tried a warm stout?
I like rum. Actually, I'm lying. I had Coke last night. I had a rum and Coke last night.
See,
I had
I,
soda.
I haven't
Fancy.
even had soda in my drinks,
Yeah.
but I have lost like 20. Let's see, like 25 pounds. Just I haven't changed my diet. I haven't changed anything except for I quit drinking soda and 25 pounds down.
Dang,
Wow.
dude.
I used to be 207. I weigh 183 now.
Dang.
All I gotta do is cut out
Soda.
beer, and I'll be right there with you.
Hey, dude, I still consume just as much, if not more, beer. So
That's crazy.
I'm actually
25
sore. I started
pounds.
working out as of yesterday. Every day.
What you hitting?
Oh, just I got some dumbbells for Christmas, so
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, that's what I'm using right now. Working with it, tearing muscle and building new muscle on top of it. Hopefully
Nice.
lose a little bit of weight.
It's crazy. I say I lost 25 pounds and I did. And it was easy, but it is crazy that something, weight is an issue for a lot of people, and it's not just as easy as drinking soda. And it's amazing what type of commitments people actually have to make to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
know,
tough, man.
It-
Especially
it
when
is.
you get to an older age, it's a lot harder to drop it.
So
Yeah.
you should in your ancestry. There's another test you could do. It's like a genetic test where they test your genes to see like what actually affects like how what you eat, how it affects your
The
personal
medical
body.
aspect.
Yeah.
Should do that.
I should.
Get back to us. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll tell you eat more barbecue sauce.
Well, I have high blood pressure, so I need to go back to the doctors because I found out that what they prescribed me, a lot of people online complain about like massive weight gain from the
Oh, really?
medication.
Oh, I can't have that.
Is it like
So-
a bloating weight gain or just like fat or like
It's like fat, mostly around the gut and the
Oh, yeah?
chest area, which is where I have a bit like friggin'. I mean, this
Yeah,
shirt
like
fits.
It
but-
all comes together.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens if I can change that. Maybe that'll help me out a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle. It's weird how different everybody's like body reacts differently. Some people react very well to working out. Some people don't react at all to working out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like, but what's crazy is like how restrictive some people have to be to lose a pound. Like they have to like do no carb, workout, all this stuff just to like. It's
Yeah.
mind boggling.
And
You know?
eventually you hit your plateau and it
Yeah.
just all that effort, you
Yeah.
have to double that to get past it.
It's so
Exactly.
frustrating too because then you eat something that you shouldn't, and then like you gain all that stuff like right back. It's so hard.
Yeah. See, I
All that progress gone.
I did lose weight, but like I am still like a bigger like I still have fat on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I weigh 183 pounds. I'm 5'8", and technically I should probably weigh like in the 170, 160. I'm still overweight for my size. I guess I'm more of a stockier build, but it's just crazy, man.
How do guys like Tom Hardy make it look so easy?
They
Like, how
destroy
can
their
you just
body,
dro-
right?
how can you just drop and
But the thing is,
You
man,
don't.
like
It's
those
hard
people,
work.
they spend 8 hours in the gym a day.
that's true.
Like, like the average American, or not even American, average person that is not getting paid or will get paid to work out, they don't have time to work out
Yes,
that much a day.
as much as
It
they
is
do.
their job. Like Tom Hardy, he's working out for a film.
It's
You
easy
know,
to work
Like
out,
The
I think.
Rock, he has to work out or else he's not. You
Yeah.
know,
He has nothing.
Plus
Yeah.
personal
Muscles.
trainers and all that, and then you got your dietary needs and everything's
the
all set up for you.
millions.
And millions. How much weight did Tom Hardy put on for Batman?
Probably like
Dark
60
Knight?
pounds or
Was
something like
it?
that, man.
Dang.
Like muscle. Like
All mass.
destroyed him though.
Yeah, I heard it fucked up his knees.
And back and everything.
Oh man. They didn't even show most of him. He just had to work out his arms.
That's
Yeah.
true.
These legs.
Well, shoot, it's like the Superman and like most of these like superhero movies, they wear like these, muscle suits.
Yeah.
Speaking of muscle suits, and like,
Shazam.
and
I believe he's wearing a bodysuit.
yeah.
it's just
It's
where we
like
talk. Yeah.
Cartoonishly
Yeah.
huge chest.
You know what is kind of cool is like so I still watch professional wrestling
Yeah.
right now, and since we're talking about big, bulky, beefy guys, like the Hulk Hogan's and like those big, huge characters you see on wrestling, they're kind of like dwindling away. And what's kind of cool is you're getting more of the smaller, athletic
Yeah.
type wrestler these days,
Yeah.
and it's actually
I heard they were cutting
better.
back on they were really trying to crack down on steroid use.
Well,
I
yeah,
heard
I'm sure there's
that's
like
why
I mean, there's
a
still
little less.
monstrous men out there, but they're not as ripped. Like, yeah, they
Like
get
you
tested
remember
now.
Scott Snyder and stuff.
Oh yeah,
just,
dude, that guy had muscles on
enormous.
top of muscles.
yeah.
We got.
It's crazy.
I do the Instagram, and like there's like the Instagram chat, and I have like a chat room with a couple friends from back in California, and we got into like a little argument about WWE and how much better it was back in the day, and he's like trying to convince us that it's actually better now, and then we're like blaming Triple H for its downfall, and he was getting all mad. It's pretty hilarious.
Actually,
What?
like there is some aspects to where
Was
I
it
think
John
the
Madden?
Attitude Era
No.
Was it John?
was a little
Was
bit
John, man.
like risque, but I think
Yeah.
wrestling, like the act of wrestling right now is better.
Yeah.
Like the wrestling, the performances are better. I think what we need to talk about is the storylines within wrestling that I think have taken a backseat.
yeah. I don't
The
think
wrestling itself
Yeah.
is better.
I would agree with you there, because it doesn't seem like there's really any standout stars, like actual charismatic stars right now.
Yeah, you know,
There's
there's
Paige. She's getting a movie.
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
she's also
She's
retired
hot.
from wrestling.
Is she retired already?
And she
I think so.
neck problems. Yeah, she has like the
Oh.
whole the edge thing to where she like
Oh, dang.
practically broke her neck. Yeah, took back seat. But Daniel
Edge
Bryan's
has a
back and he's
problem?
cool.
Sorry,
Huh?
I want to expand on this. Edge got his neck fucked up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he retired early, just because he pretty
Too
much
many
like he
slams.
could, if he moved his neck wrong or got like slammed on the ring wrong,
He
like-
would be paralyzed.
like
I
paralyzed,
believe.
like just
Oh,
not. I mean, anyone could be paralyzed, but he had like a very big risk of.
Yeah, his doctor said he
it's
can't
like
do no more.
dislocating your shoulder multiple times.
I
It's gonna
saw-
get dislocated
I
again.
saw a video on him, which I forget what it was, but yeah.
But you know, Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Yeah.
Broken freaking neck.
That's a true story though. Like he
Oh,
had a
yeah.
broken neck and won a gold
Dang,
medal. in
Dang,
wrestling.
that's nuts.
See his neck muscles though. Does he even need bones?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, so but what's curious about wrestling now is they are actually kind of like the NFL and everybody else. Well, subject to the NFL, but they are protecting the wrestlers more. And well, for one, they were in an age of a better age of knowledge than what we were back then.
Yeah.
You know, so there are actual health, effects from doing some of these crazy stunts.
Yeah.
You know, which I think it's good that you play it a little bit safer.
Yeah.
I mean, but I
It's
think
like
the
us-
product is better because of it, though. You know,
My only
Yeah.
connection to wrestling right now is I have this iPhone app. I think it's WWE Champions. I play it like every day. It's just like a gem game, but it's taught me like who these new wrestlers are. So it's kind of keeping
Give
me
you
up to
the-
date.
The names of the new guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's the bad guy right now? Who's the main villain and main?
I'd say the main villains right now are probably like Drew Mac. Well, actually, it depends on what brand, because like they're pretty strict right now between SmackDown and Raw. I think
Okay.
Raw is pretty lacking in the heel department. There might be like there's Drew McIntyre. There's a lot of faces. There's like too many faces for Raw right now. There's not a lot of heels. I think in SmackDown Live is definitely Daniel Bryan. I don't know if you guys remember him
Yeah.
at all.
Beard.
He turned heel, and he's a fantastic heel. Like it is amazing.
So what do you mean by heel? And
Heel
what?
is bad guy. So
Oh,
the
okay.
face is the
Face
good
is the
guy.
good guy,
Heel
heel's
is the bad guy.
Okay.
So he turned heel, and he's doing amazing work with it. And but
Yeah.
so SmackDown Live, if you ever like get back into watching wrestling, Raw is more of like, oh, this is our flagship show. We should have like the biggest characters and the best storylines, which they don't. SmackDown Live is killing it. They have like some of the best wrestling performances, some of the best characters, because even though it takes a back seat to Raw, like the way they develop their wrestlers and the way things run on SmackDown Live is far superior than Raw,
Yeah.
which you would think would be the other way around. But they're definitely turning SmackDown Live into a good brand, and I think, which is going to be a weird play out in like I think next year. So SmackDown Live is actually going to be on Fox. So they got a huge deal with a Fox Sporting Network, and Raw is going to be on USA. So they're going to have a hard time. Yeah, I don't know if these wrestlers are going to intermingle, because obviously Fox is going to want their wrestlers on their brand, not intermingling with these wrestlers on the USA brand.
Yeah.
So I think what they're trying to do is really build up SmackDown right now to be a worthy, spot for Fox, which is good because
Which-
it just
yeah.
makes everything better. So they're competing against themselves right now, which is
Mhm.
making the product better in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, two teams competing against each other. It's going to think from what it sounds like SmackDown's trying a lot harder, and from the sound of it, from what you just said, if it's on Fox, that means we might have some WWE resources on the new Disney streaming site.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be
I
cool.
don't know if Fox Sports. I don't think Fox Sports sold to Disney.
Oh,
It's
just Fox,
like-
20th Century Fox.
Yeah, like
Entertainment.
Fox Networks. I think Fox still has their sports rights.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it'd be a good spot to put it in because I totally plan on getting the new Disney one
would-
just
it would
because
be,
it
yeah.
has so much IP
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, for sure.
amazing
Yeah.
that they own.
Oh yeah.
Plus, you don't have
It's a
to worry.
no-brainer.
You don't have to worry about your wrestling program being interrupted by the Westminster Dog Show. I remember,
But,
I remember
yeah,
that from the 90s.
It'll
Used to
be
so mad.
crazy.
Was it like WrestleMania when they
Yeah.
did that? That'd be cool. The only thing I know about WWE, which I was surprised, is stocks. I have Robinhood. Gives you free stocks. You can buy
Yeah.
free stocks. There's
Yeah.
no like
Mhm.
payment, as you know.
That's cute.
WWE, I thought about buying a few stocks for WWE a few years ago, like when I was in college, and I thought like, no, WWE, it's on its way out. People don't
Mhm.
watch it, and I look at it now and I'm like, fucking
damn,
idiot.
what was I
The
thinking?
stock price has quadrupled.
Oh yes, it's
It
that deal with
hit a-
Fox, man. It was like a multi-billion-dollar deal.
Yeah, so I have a lot of faith in it, and
Yeah.
it's fun to watch. Like a lot of people bag on WWE and wrestling, but only because they haven't seen it, and like it's
Yeah.
pretty entertaining. Like in the realm of some of the ridiculous shit that people watch.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing wrong
So
with
I
it.
think
It's
if,
like
if you really want to get
stuntmen
into
that act.
wrestling, you should. So, it feels indie, and it's Triple H's brainchild, which is NXT.
I've been hearing
NXT.
something about that.
NXT is
Never
the
heard of
shit,
that.
man. Like they have really cool characters, and like the wrestling is fucking amazing on
Yeah.
NXT. I mean, you don't get as
Where
much of the
would I get
storyline.
that?
You have to do the WWE network for
Network.
$9.99. But yeah, which I pay for every
Yeah.
month.
They're pretty good too about giving you free time. Like if you go to cancel, they'll throw you some free months. You should check it out.
No, I I am
I would love for WWE to send us stuff or
Yes.
MXT,
Well,
NXT.
NXT.
Watch
Send us
NXT,
things.
folks. Watch the WWE network.
We're plugging you hardcore right now.
We should
so
make a
send us
WWE webcast. I'm sure that'll go over pretty
Our
well.
5 subscribers might subscribe to you.
Yes.
Over
Yeah.
the lifetime of that,
Think
that is-
about what you can get out of
You know, it's
paying for us.
kind of exciting news is Chris Hemsworth cast as Hulk Hogan for a Netflix Hulk Hogan movie.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if I'm like super.
Do we need a Hulk Hogan movie?
I didn't know we did until I heard about it. I'm pretty sure we need
What
it.
has he done that's like? Obviously, he's one of the most prolific wrestlers
Obviously,
of all time. But
you've never seen the film No Holds Barred. I want to know the story
we'll see.
behind that.
We'll see. I don't know if like
that'll probably be a scene.
it will probably be decent. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna make Chris Hemsworth look like a 6'4", 300
They
pound
announced
giant.
That's
it.
true.
I bet they have a pretty good idea of his look.
Yeah.
He probably looks pretty good if they've already announced it.
Just slap a mustache on him. I'm sure it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, but the thing is
He's
about
gonna
Hulk
shave his
Hogan,
head.
he was a larger than life figure. Like you
Yeah.
saw him in like Rocky 4 or whatever, Rocky 3,
He's
and he
huge.
fucking towers over
Towers, yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, he's
you know.
fucking huge.
We went to where was it? The Great Western Forum and saw a WWE wrestling match way back in the day,
Who's
before
empty?
Raw, before anything.
Oh, I'm empty. I'll take one. Sorry, I'm drinking all your beer.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's why I got it.
We'll get more. If you want.
We
Dude, I got a
bought-
keg. I'll
he's
go
got a
grab you guys a
keg.
beer.
Oh shit!
He's gonna keg it, but I had a poster hanging up in my bedroom
kegger.
that was like a life-size Hulk Hogan poster, so you could you
You
say
could
your
really
prayers,
feel how huge
you
that.
say your
dude
prayers,
was.
take your vitamins, and then you go freaking measure yourself on there, trying to get as big as him. 24-inch pythons, from what I understand.
God damn. Yeah, it's amazing how big those people are,
Yeah.
or just any professional athlete at a pro level is just fucking massive. Like Kevin Nash, it's like
Kevin
6'5",
Nash,
and
huge.
he's not even considered the big guy.
I saw a video where they're scaring Manute Bol. He's a basketball player, like he's a really skinny, tall guy, but he's like standing next to Charles Barkley, who's also huge and like towering over him. It's crazy. People are
God
so
damn.
big.
Yeah, how do you do that? How you doing that? Yeah, I don't get that because I
Ginormous.
didn't going through high school. I saw all the football players, and they're all normal height. And then I go to like a college game, and it's like, what hormones were they taking?
Right?
So they're like 6'5", 220 pounds, and they're just running all over the place. Like, how did you do that? What doctor do you go to? I don't believe that. I had this one friend that started out like 5 inches shorter than me, and within a year he was like 6'8",
That's nuts.
6'5", and he wanted to play basketball, and I couldn't help but think like, did you get like hormones or something? Because I don't understand.
How tall are you, John?
I'm 6'3",
Dang, man.
and it just
It's amazing what a couple more inches will do.
yeah. Right, 5'11", you look like some.
That's like
short ass-
excessive, though. You don't need to be that tall. I mean, what purpose does it really serve being that tall?
Be
You're
in
just
the NBA.
you're just an asshole. Just a tall asshole.
What's that statistic? It's like if you're 6'8" or above, you have like a 30%, give or take, chance of getting into the NBA.
Really? I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. I guess
You don't
that's
have
really
like
all you
bone
need.
problems.
Yeah.
Then you're just swatting people every day of your life. Moonshine. You better drink that like a moonshine bottle. Do you know how? Do you know the moonshine where you like
Moonshine curl.
hold it up?
Just as long as you do the jug blow. I'm gonna do a little jug blow and dance. All right, you're gonna fly solo for 1 second while I go use the bathroom.
Okay.
Talk about something interesting.
All right. So today,
Fuck it up, John.
so let me tell you the story of me passing a kidney stone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're gonna be gone for this. How bad do you feel now? So, so I got a kidney stone the other day. That was scary. So, what happened was I spent about a month drinking beer and eating corn dogs and hot dogs for a month, like I said, about 4 weeks. I was feeling great, feeling good. And then all of a sudden, I feel this sharp pain in my groin area. It hurts. Feels like there's a sharp rock in my dick. So, naturally, of course, like any person would do, I squeeze it, push it, try and make it go away because I've never had a kidney stone before in my life. It goes down in deeper into me, I guess I should say. It goes deeper into me. I feel it like in my gut, and it still feels like I have a rock in my bladder area. So I think nothing of it. I'm just like, oh, well, that's my life now. I'm in pain. Afterwards, it gets very scary because I'm just watching a video, chilling, hanging out, and I feel some leakage down below. And lo and behold, I'm bleeding. Not like, oh, you have blood in your urine. It's a little brownish. I was literally leaking blood from my dick. Yeah. So, I start panicking. I get shaky, nauseous. I'm not feeling so good because I'm bleeding out of my dick. So, I start looking up online frantically about what I could do for myself here. They say high sodium could contribute to this, which is why I talked about the hot dogs, eating hot dogs and mini corn dogs. So I end up just chugging not even three, like 6 or 8 glasses of water, like tall 8-ounce glasses of water. Frantically, I'm scared as hell right now because obviously I'm bleeding from my dick. You just joined us, but I'm bleeding from my dick right now.
Okay.
Because I harmed myself trying to pass a kidney stone because it hasn't passed it. So I drink like 8 glasses of water, and I can feel it like in me.
Really?
Yeah, I can feel it. So I'm like, I'm getting this fucker out. I'm not going to the doctor. I don't want to go to the ER, although it is advised specifically that you should go to the doctor if you are bleeding.
Yes.
That's
how
I
bad-
recommend that.
That's how bad our public health care is these days. That this guy wanted to squeeze it out of his penis instead of paying for
Yeah,
it.
I'm
paying a bill.
American, so I wasn't trying to pay $10,000 for
Yes.
them to drink to tell me drink all this water and pee it out. Because I knew it wasn't huge. Like, I don't drink too much and stuff. So I drink all the water. I go pee. My urine is filled with blood. I'm scared to death. And yeah, and I can feel it like coming out, and it almost comes out, and I'm like, and it doesn't. I finish peeing before it does, so I'm like, fuck, it hurts a lot because it's like near the exit, so close to the exit, but it's not there. So I drink like 8 more glasses of water, and I expunged it,
Nice.
and I lived happily ever after.
Live to talk about it.
Yeah, it was a scary fucking moment.
Was this like a Tom Hanks Green Mile type situation?
Yeah, it was just a huge amount of relief once I got it past. It was just like that, actually. You just
Yeah.
reminded me about that part of the movie.
Yeah.
It was just like that. I was sweating. I was nauseous, like, because I thought I was dying. Like, I thought the first thing WebMD says is, like, cancer.
Yeah.
Prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
You're done. Sorry. Better write your will.
How big was it, you say? Would you think?
When I passed it, I think I saw it in the toilet, and it was about the size of a grain of sand.
Oh, okay.
Like, not big
not
enough
big.
to pass, not big enough to go to the doctor, but it was a scary time.
It's amazing how
I recommend you go to a doctor if that happens, and also I recommend to keep it from happening, drink lots of water, at least 3 glasses a day.
Yes.
Because that's not good, and don't drink too much sodium or eat too much sodium because that will happen. It was scary.
Talk about kidney stones.
Yeah, have you ever had a kidney stone?
No, but I've witnessed someone that had like a big one, and they were like crying. I was driving them. It was like the worst sounds I've ever heard.
Oh,
Someone
really?
scream because it was so bad. Like it, just the
Yeah.
pain that they were in.
And like, if you were to describe the feeling, it'd just be literal pain. Like, you can't describe it other than it fucking hurts.
Does it even hurt when you're not peeing?
Yeah, when I was sitting down, I could feel it like in my bladder.
Oh my god!
And just like kind of stabbing me, you know, like when you get a rock in your shoe and you're just like, ow,
that's
ow.
like that's like something that makes you question your faith right there. Like, what kind of God?
Yeah, would allow you to
Kidney
get
stones.
kidney stones like that. I was just glad that it was small enough to pass. I didn't have to
Yeah.
go to the doctor. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to get like sonic waves
Well, that's-
shot at my
That's
bladder.
what it is, right? Like there's no way to avoid it. You have to pee this out, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
They'll break it up, but then you still gotta pass it.
Yeah, and it's still gonna
If
have
it's
some
bad enough,
mass.
they'll go in and stint it.
Okay.
Yeah, they can do surgery and like completely remove it because sometimes they can be so large that it like fills up your entire bladder, like of solid matter, and some people won't even notice. But thank God. I mean, I thought I was gonna die. I was scared. Thought they were gonna have
Well,
to
they're like
amputate my
super
dick.
jagged and everything too. So it's
Right.
not like
Yeah, it was sharp.
I believe the analogy back in the day is pissing razor blades. I believe they used to call it.
Yeah, it didn't feel good.
My God, look at
yeah,
that.
like
Yeah, it was
Look at
very.
those.
It felt very sharp.
That looks like something from Krypton.
It's like a
like can you imagine pissing that out? Like
no.
That'd be crazy.
My
That
main
looks
thing
awful.
that I was like, I'm not going to the doctor because I know they're gonna be like, we got to stick something in your pee hole,
Yeah.
and I don't want that at all. Some people are into that. That's fine.
well, just imagine like if it
That's
was,
exactly the picture that I was looking at, and that's why I was like
the
shaking.
pain
with
you would be in,
fear.
you would let someone stick something in your pee hole. Like, let's look how big some of these are. Like,
It
yeah.
was not that visible. That is huge.
like yeah. Some of these are huge, man.
That would.
Is that a picture of?
Like, look at this. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
My
very
goodness.
sharp.
That's
Yeah.
like
crystalline.
That's like a quarter inch.
Why don't you bring it up for the audience?
I don't know how to do that.
What?
Um,
What kind of God is all I gotta say?
So go to that. Go to sources
Where at?
right there.
Oh yeah.
Add, and then window capture above group. Yeah. And say yeah, whatever.
Say yeah, girl.
Say yeah, girl. Oh, fuck.
Shit.
So it says window Google Chrome. I think that's the right one. So you could hit OK. And then,
Trying to get this for you guys.
oh, maybe does Google have some kind of thing about
We're
that?
gonna get better at this.
I would scroll up on the Chrome. Like close that because it might have some kind of
Dehydration, poor diet, fuel, pain.
I don't know.
Let's see what happens if we transition here.
Ooh. Maybe they can see that.
Why can't they
Nope.
see that?
We've gone dark.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's not important.
Just look up kidney stones and you'll see how sharp and jagged they are. It's like passing a
Well,
piece of coral.
We'll
through
play
your
around with
pee hole.
this.
While he's playing around.
Oh wait. I
Oh
think
wait,
you might have figured it
Windows
out.
Windows match priority. What is that? Must match. Hit that. Capture cursor. No. Why is it
Maybe
doing that? Maybe I'm thinking maybe Google Images doesn't have a thing. My loved one is calling. I will answer really quick. I'll be
Alright.
right back.
And we will not show you what's going on in there because we don't know how to figure it out.
You off?
So this is Diamond Knot, eh? It's really good.
It's a fantastic
Diamond
one.
Knot.
Yeah.
Diamond Knot. Send us beer, Diamond Knot.
Yeah. Anyway, well, we didn't get that image for you, but anyway, it's pretty disgusting.
I've never had a kidney
Yeah,
stone.
neither have I.
I hope I never do. It sounds terrible.
Doesn't it, man? Like, look at that.
I wouldn't even be surprised. Like freaking, we went out last night, and I think I woke up this morning the most dehydrated I've ever been in my life. I didn't drink any water or anything before I went to sleep. So, if any night was gonna give me a kidney stone, it'd probably be last night.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes you think it's like, oh man, how much water did I drink yesterday? And then you go through your day, and you're like, all right, so I had like a fucking pot of coffee, and then I started drinking beer. I
As
drank
one
more
does.
beer,
Yep.
and then I didn't drink any water at all. That's why I'm so dehydrated right now.
I'm a pretty big water drinker. Like I always have a cup by the bed and stuff. Just sometimes I slip up. I don't know. I like water. It's good. Good for you.
Yeah, it is good for you. I
Yeah.
don't mind. Yeah, I like water too.
We're for it. On
Yeah.
the sandwich, we're for water.
For water. I like water in my beer. I like water in my coffee.
Sorry about that. Unprofessional.
The Thurston is talking to the loved one.
Yep. I wonder if I'm going to have any missed calls when I get back to my car. I left my phone in my car. I wonder if anyone loves me.
I'm sure they
Find
do.
out.
Just don't know if they love you enough to call. Oh yeah. So what I was gonna ask you. So, what would it take to build like a? I've never built a computer like a good podcasting you know, like I can have multi-screens up at once type computer.
Just need some probably a really good video card and some RAM, some really good RAM in order to.
Oh, yeah, I don't need to
run-
play games on it. I
Yeah.
just almost like a strictly podcasting
Yeah.
computer.
We just need some probably just load it up and be like 16 gigabytes of RAM. You can run multiple apps at the same time. I don't know what else kind of software would be using, but
Just like Audacity, OBS,
Yeah.
you know, web browsing while we're, you know, podcasting and stuff.
yeah, you could probably is this all running off the Mac?
No, this is all running off just a Acer computer.
Oh, okay, yeah, just you can probably just buy some more RAMs, put it up in there.
In this computer right here?
Yeah.
Oh, you could do that?
Yeah, it's just like switchable. Probably you can probably get 16 gigs for maybe $100, I think.
Really? And
Yeah.
I could just switch out RAM in this computer.
Yep. And then depending on your video card and stuff, whatever it can do you know how many display ports are back there? Like like HDMI or DVI?
There's a HDMI port.
Okay, just one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably need a new video card that'll accommodate multiple screens, but even
Yeah.
those aren't that much anymore, really.
Yeah. And you can put this in this laptop.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Oh no, not the laptop.
Oh,
but
I was like, you could do that? Okay.
No.
Yeah. All right.
maybe the RAMs. Take a look at it. Might be able to add some RAM to that.
Well, no, I'd like if I could get just like a regular desktop tower computer that would hold multiple stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
You could probably get I don't know. Yeah. What do
Something
you
with
think a
Wi-Fi.
decent build?
Well, that
would cost
like if it had like a
nowadays?
FireWire, that'd be great too. Like a FireWire port.
Maybe they're like way cheaper to build too. There's a PCBuilder.com website where you can go in and just like pick out the parts, and I can help you put it together.
All right.
Or this guy can help put it together. We'll make an episode out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I wouldn't mind having a good podcast, you know, recording, you know, with like, because I have a lot of like right now I'm using USB, which is like pretty much the lowest quality audio you could get. If I have FireWire, which my Mac has, but my Mac's so fucking old and temperamental
Yeah.
that I don't want to
Max.
destroy that.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I think I'm off.
PC
Oh, yeah.
Master Race. PC
Yeah, so
Master Race.
we should do that.
I'm
PH.
back.
I'll get some Skrilla and build us a good podcasting computer.
Yeah, that website too,
Cool.
PCBuilder.com, is it's actually it's all laid out for you too, where you can just I think it's all done like in drop downs, and you click on pretty much what your basic needs for a computer, then you can add different stuff to the cart or put it on your wish list or whatever.
Does it
Okay.
automatically
Just- yeah.
tell you what's
It'll tell you
compatible?
what's compatible too. That's the most
Oh, yeah.
important part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Make it
Yeah.
easier too. Like even if you don't want to pay from there, you can see what's compatible like quickly.
Yeah.
See like what kind of CPU you can get. Look that up elsewhere.
Yeah. So I would definitely love to have a dedicated podcasting.
Yeah. And if you're not
Computer.
if you're not doing games or interested in anything like that, like there's no need to spend like a G or anything on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to.
One day, once this
And
channel,
then in 2 years it'll
once
be
this channel
useless.
takes
and
off.
I'll pay
Yeah.
spend another G.
You know, just as long as it does its job, that's all I really care about.
once we can monetize this, we'll
Yeah.
we can
When it-
invest more.
Dude, you know
When
what
it
we
comes
need
to
to
streaming-
monetize like a YouTube? It is ridiculous. You need like 4,000 subscribers and like so many views. Like on my other YouTube channel, I have let's see here.
Yeah, they're up the bar on what you can monetize.
Oh
Really?
yeah, like
Yeah.
you need
and
4,000 subscribers first. So my
Uh,
other YouTube channel has in the last 28 days 1,300 views and none of it's getting monetized.
That's crazy.
Like my biggest video is 1,700.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's pretty good, man.
I mean,
That's pretty
it's like it's very, very, very casual. I don't put like a lot of work into it. I probably post one video a month.
Yeah.
You know.
That's pretty
But-
tight.
nice. Plug your
Plug your channel.
channel.
plug my channel. My channel is called The John Man.
Write it down, kids.
The John Man is my YouTube channel. You guys got anything going on? Twitch, YouTube?
I want to start a Twitch. I have everything I need for it, but I feel like I'm not good enough to play some of the games that are big right now.
Well, the thing, so this is
But
my opinion.
I
Okay,
think I'm
they
gonna play
are
small.
professional gamers out there, and
Mhm.
we all recognize that. But if you have a good personality, like, are people really like coming to you for the game? Yes, probably. But a lot of it's like your personality too.
Yeah, and
You
how you
know.
play and
Yeah.
what you say, what you bring to it.
Yeah, I guess we should start building up our brands. You can follow me on Instagram at Ericus Prime, or on my Twitter at what is it, Carousing Cinema. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, like I'm definitely gonna share this podcast on my personal YouTube. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put out some more content for our channels too, and different things. Like I had this idea a while back. I watched Back to the Future, and I was like alone at the house, so I just got like just hammered the whole time I was watching it.
Right on.
And like I wasn't live tweeting, but I was sending text messages to my friends, like just commenting on everything. And I got the idea that maybe that could be some content too, where we just sit around, get hammered, and just kind of do our own commentary tracks. Would be fun.
Yeah. That would
Obviously,
be fun.
Obviously, we can't show the video, but you at home, you would put on the video and then just listen to our commentary
actually,
track
I think you
over it.
can show the video just as long as you're doing commentary over it.
It might be.
I'm pretty sure because I think there's like if
Maybe it
you're
depends on the
adding
content.
commentary to it, I think you should be able to add the video.
Yeah, I think you have to omit the audio
Yeah.
Oh,
as well, or
Yeah.
like lower it to the point where it's not completely heard. One, because YouTube has an automatic copyright thing.
Mhm.
If it hears the music, it will
Mhm.
flag it automatically.
Yeah.
It's a robot that does this. You can't really
Mm.
get around it, but yeah, you can do that. I've seen a show where they tell you to put on a movie and they have a little timer. A lot of
Uh-huh.
people do this. It's not something you would steal because like it's fairly common to see this, but put a little number and what movie it was, and you can play along with, like you said, with the commentary.
Yeah, I've also heard like some YouTube channels have just the audio but no video, and they do the commentary while they're watching it, but they have the audio in.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Oh, that might work too.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
find the line, you know?
Just gotta find
Find
that
the
line,
legal
man.
line.
Find that line.
Looks like we're hitting almost 2 hours. We're at 1:57.
Nice.
You want to hit it at 2 hours?
It's up to you, man. I could go for another. Still have a full growler in there.
All right. All right. We'll keep going. I mean, we can always break it up.
No, yeah. If we need to take off, we can. Got to get going.
Slightly.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Not a problem.
Not like now, but
Yeah, we cut it off.
in the future.
All right. Well,
We can discuss
just let us know.
sandwich
Just let us know.
things off camera. I think 2 hours is a good
Yeah.
podcast. That's a
2 hours is a good podcast. So definitely tell me this off air. But I do not remember the password for the sandwich channel.
oh.
I know it's one of your most commonly used ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna play.
I
a
think
game
I
of
know which one it
charades.
is.
Yeah. So I do not remember. It's been like over a year
Yeah, it's
since
been
we
a
posted
while.
the video. So
My God.
Whoops.
Like and subscribe.
yeah.
Like, share, subscribe if you liked the Sandwich Podcast.
Yep.
You know,
We're
it's
a little
for
bit rusty, but
for getting back
We'll
on
be
our
back.
feet. It's been over a year. I think it's almost
Yeah.
been 2 years since
Yeah.
we did a podcast.
For some people that work from home constantly and work all day, every day, and
Yeah, it's tough,
not
man.
talk all day.
We should definitely do this once a week or once every other week for
For
sure.
sure.
Get
And we
this-
can-
Yeah.
get this going.
If you can do it like right after work or
Yeah.
something.
We can
And-
like I don't know. Well, I guess we can keep them at 2 hours, or we can break them up
Yeah.
and release the content like throughout the week, maybe.
Well, I
don't
think
know.
the one big content. So I'll have to clean up the computer, but I'd like to do the audio and release that to a media source, and that way it's on all the podcast stations that
Yeah.
people could download on their phones and stuff.
I'm gonna work on
So-
my world's worst Teppan Chef skit, and then I'll have that up for you guys soon.
Speaking of that, if we want to utilize our other hardware that we all have, like you have a lot of sound hardware, I have a lot of video hardware, you have some computers going on.
The best graphic designer
Seattle,
Woo!
graphic design. Seattle has this film festival, and one of the options for competition is web/YouTube based series, and
Okay.
you create a pilot that is under 30 minutes, I think, and you can actually like submit this openly for like $35.
Say I got the pilot. 3 guys sitting around a table, right? There's beer on the floor. They sit there, drink the beer, and talk about stuff.
You had my attention. Now
It's
you have my
those-
curiosity.
Those
Yeah.
artsy ass one room shows.
We're sitting here, dark, barely lit. Well, it's kind of lit. Yeah, it's pretty bright in here.
We
We're
learn
drinking
about
a
each other.
Great Ben Oregon beer.
You better get to drinking, man, if we're gonna finish this growler before you go.
I know, man. I just poured that shit. Boneyard IPA, by the way, from Ben,
You guys
Oregon.
can stay.
Thank
Oh, no.
you. Thank you for your permission.
All right, so we are at the 2-hour mark, and I think we're gonna wrap things up.
Yep.
We, we're just getting our feet wet, getting
Yeah.
back into it. We're gonna have more content. We are actually gonna start doing this on the reg.
Yeah, making a commitment here on out. The sandwich for life, I think.
Yeah.
With shows
Let's
and
make 'em-
pilots and different things.
Let's
to
make
do.
America hungry again.
Yes, we will. Yes, we
Let's
will.
make America sandwich again.
All right, you guys got any last thoughts? Anything?
Nope. I'm Eric. Thank you so much for your time and thanks for watching. To the
I'm one of the Johns.
Yes.
I'm the other John. I am the one half of the sandwich. I don't know, bottom, top, whatever I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I like to be bottom. Sometimes I
As
like
long
to be
as
top.
it's a sandwich.
Woo!
Thanks, guys. That was awesome. Blah blah blah. Weird talking in the background. Blah, blah, blah.
Muted talking.